Ford, CRV, HRV, Passport, Odyssey, Ridgeline, and Pilot. Rugged capability, intelligent all-wheel drive systems, and traction modes. Find your Honda at your Honda dealers of the Carolinas today.
North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance was just named one of America's best insurance companies by Forbes and the nation's best auto insurer in Crash Network's Insurer Report Card for the third year in a row. Sometimes being the best means being a little different. Our difference is our people. And with agents in every county, you've got local, award-winning service right in your backyard. North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance. Helping you is what we do best.
The tradition, the rivalries. SiriusXM is your destination for all things college sports. And we've got you covered on SiriusXM College Sports Radio. There's complete coverage of every major conference, plus live games and 24/7 talk and analysis. So cheer along on the SiriusXM app and listen to your favorite team anywhere. And now you can get 3 months of SiriusXM free. Subscribe now and see offer details at SiriusXM.com/College Sports Radio 25.
This is the Tar Heel Sports Network from Learfield.
Liberty Senior Living communities offer vibrant lifestyles in some of North Carolina's most sought-after locations. The amenities of fine resorts and the incomparable comforts of home. All Liberty Senior Living communities are designed for active seniors and feature whole-person wellness, distinctive dining, life enrichment, and top-class amenities and services. Visit your local Liberty Senior Living community, the Templeton of Cary, today and come home to the retirement you deserve. Exceptional senior living here, there, and everywhere you want to be.
You are the co-pilot. You go by many names, and Marathon knows how important you are to your team. You are the carpool driver, the assistant coach, keeper of the shoulder pads, the knee pads, and the helmets. The back of your car looks like a sporting goods store. You are the top dog at the tailgate. The ride there, the ride home, and in between, you are the biggest fan. This season and every season, Marathon is proud to fuel you and your team because we're driven together.
Hi, this is Rob Joyce. Each week, I'm joined by Her Hoop Stats' Megan Gower as we break down the latest in women's basketball across the country on College Sports Now. We've got analysis, expert guests, the latest bracketology breakdowns, and more. From coast to coast, we've got you covered with all of the action now through the Final Four in April. Search College Sports Now wherever you get your podcasts. And check out herhoopstats.com for all of your women's basketball needs.
It is the Reed's Jewelers pregame show. Dave Nathan back with you here as Carolina and Wake get ready to tussle in the ACC tournament. First time in a while these two teams have gotten together. Last matchup, year 2000 in this event. Carolina's last win over the Deacs in the ACC tournament, 1997. Of course, they played for the title in 1995 when Wake emerged 82-80 winners in overtime. It's the first quarterfinal matchup between the Tar Heels and Demon Deacons since 1990, and Carolina has won 13 of the previous 21 matchups in the ACC tournament. Just a little history there to wet your whistle on Carolina and Wake Forest battle in a little less than 20 minutes is when the game tips off. Officially 2:44 is the tip-off between the Heels and Demon Deacons. Let's crank up the music and get to the North Carolina Farm Bureau scoreboard. Helping you is what they do best. An earlier final from Charlotte has Duke advancing into the semifinals, knocking off Georgia Tech 78-70. The Jackets had a 12-point lead late in the first half when Cooper Flagg exited with what appeared to be a pretty significant left ankle injury. Flagg returned to the bench for the game's second half but didn't play. It didn't matter. Duke went on a big run towards the end of the first half, and in the beginning of the second stanza, wins 78-70. Con Knippel, career-high 28 points to go with 5 rebounds and 8 assists to lead the Blue Devils to the 8-point win over the Yellow Jackets. Other than our game, the other two games in the ACC tournament tonight, number 13 Louisville takes on Stanford at 7 p.m. Stanford got by California last night to face off against the second-seeded Cardinals. And then the 3-seed Clemson will get SMU as the Mustangs beat Syracuse a night ago. And that's what the quarterfinal action looks like today in Charlotte. As far as what's happening outside of the Queen City, but very much within the ranks of the top 25, number 12 Iowa State And number 17, BYU, have less than 4 minutes to go from the Big 12 quarters, and the Cougars lead the Cyclones 87-82. Next games to tip off will be just after the top of the hour. Northwestern and number 18, Wisconsin, in the Big Ten second round. To the Big East quarterfinals, it's number 25, Marquette and Xavier. That's also a 2:30 tilt between those two programs. At 3 from the Big 12 quarters, Colorado and number 2, Houston. Texas got a big win yesterday in the SEC tournament. They face off against number 14, Texas A&M at 3:30. More on the Longhorns in just a second. Iowa and number 24, Illinois, tangle at 6:30 tonight in the Big Ten tournament second round. Big 12 action continues at 7 p.m. tonight in the quarters between Baylor and number 9, Texas Tech. Also in the SEC from Nashville at 7, Mississippi State and number 21, Missouri matchup in a battle of 21-win teams that were hovering around the 500 mark in the SEC. Mississippi State finished 8-10, while Mizzou finished at 10-8. Back to the Big Ten at 9 o'clock. Second round action between USC and number 20, Purdue. Oklahoma and number 15, Kentucky lift off at 9:30 from Music City in the SEC tournament. Number 6, St. John's routed Butler earlier, 78-57. The Johnnies improved to 28-4 and move on deeper into the Big East tournament, while Indiana on the bubble loses to number 23 Oregon 72-59. The Ducks improved to 24-8. IU 19-13 after finishing Big Ten play at 10-10. So that's what's been unfolding today inside the top 25. Elsewhere, involving teams from around our area, Davidson and St. Louis. Under 8 minutes to play in the first half, the Billikens lead the Wildcats 24-15 in the A10 tournament second round. Charlotte and Florida Atlantic should be moments away from getting tipped off in the AAC. The MEAC tournament has North Carolina Central battling Delaware State tonight at 8. At 9, back to the AAC, it's UT San Antonio and East Carolina. As far as those bubble teams you might be concerned about, we're going to go with ESPN.com's bracketology here, but you are free to use your own services. The Tar Heels are among the last 4 teams in as of about 90 minutes ago. Xavier, Indiana, and San Diego State were the other last 4 teams in. Indiana, as we said, has already lost today. Texas, which plays later today against Texas A&M, among the first 4 out, with Ohio State, Boise State, and Colorado State. Carolina's opponent today, Wake Forest, is among the next 4 teams out. So there are tons of storylines involving the 2 teams that will be on the floor next in Charlotte, Carolina, and Wake Forest. So you're up to speed on everything you need to know on the North Carolina Farm Bureau scoreboard. Helping you is what they do best. So with that out of the way, we'll take a quick timeout and return with part 2 of Jones' conversation inside the Continental Tire Coaches Corner with Hubert Davis, plus our keys to the game as we get you ready for the day's second quarterfinal between the 4-seed Wake and the 5-seed Carolina from Learfield.
Hi, this is Cricket Lane, Senior Associate Athletics Director for Student Athlete Development. As the Bank of Doing, Wells Fargo is proud to be the official sponsor of Carolina Athletics. Wells Fargo is supporting our student athletes in and out of their sport. With interactive financial health curriculum and empowerment resources, Wells Fargo has a game plan for the full student athlete experience from their first semester on campus through graduation. Learn more about what Wells Fargo is doing to put people and communities first by visiting wellsfargo.com/impact.
At Reed's Jewelers, we know that the rules of engagement were made to be broken. So don't settle for the first ring you see in the case. When you put a ring on it, make the moment your own with something that's just as unique as your love. Whether you're going big, keeping it subtle, or finding a happy medium, we're here to help you say I do with a one-of-a-kind design. Because doing things your way is what makes them mean everything. Reed's Jewelers, an official partner of Tar Heel Sports. Visit your local Reed's Jewelers in-store or online at reeds.com to chat with an expert.
You sit in traffic now, but later, there's an ice-cold reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. You've earned this rich golden lager with a crisp, refreshing taste. Because you know, all your patience is paid out in gold. You remain calm through honks, bumper to bumper, and people yelling. Come on, move! You are a fighter, and Modelo is your reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
This is Carolina basketball from Learfield.
Hey Tar Heel fans, this is Hubert Davis, head men's basketball coach at the University of North Carolina. Carolina fans are the best in the nation, and I'm so thankful for your support. Just like our team relies on solid fundamentals, you need the right foundation for your feet, and that's where the Good Feet store comes in. Their team of trained arch support specialists will find a personalized solution for you to help relieve foot, back, knee, and even hip pain. Support your heels today and head to the Good Feet store in Chapel Hill, Raleigh, Greensboro, and a new location in Wilmington.
At Progressive, we understand the bond you have with your boat. It's why people name theirs.
I was pretty hungry and looking at a menu when I named my boat Change Your Tuna. The backup names were Trick or Trout, I Salmonly Swear, and, oh, it gets worse, New Squid on the Block. It wasn't my best day.
Whatever you call your boat, protect it. And start with a quote from Progressive, America's #1 boat insurer. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. #1 rating based on boat market share data from ratefilings.com.
Tar Heel fans, this is an exclusive message from our favorite pizza partner, Domino's Pizza, who is on site at every home game where concessions are sold.
Hey Tar Heels, this is Ryan from your local Domino's. Our UNC alumni family-owned company has an exclusive everyday offer for all Tar Heel fans across all of North Carolina. Order online for delivery and use coupon code UNC at checkout and receive 25% off your entire online delivery order. That's right, 25% off everything. It's a great day to be a Tar Heel. Go Heels!
Carolina Basketball is brought to you by Wells Fargo, official retail bank sponsor of Carolina Athletics. This is the Reed's Jewelers pregame show.
As we continue to get ready for Carolina and Wake Forest, we've got part 2 of the Continental Tire Coaches Corner with Jones and Coach Davis, brought to you as always by Continental Tire, the exclusive tire of the Tar Heels. Find the right tire for your vehicle at ContinentalTire.com. Continental Tire, the smart choice in tires.
Carolina and Wake Forest, the first time since 2000 that these two teams have played in the Atlantic Coast Conference Tournament. That's hard to believe, and just the second time they've played this year. I'm inside the Continental Tire Coaches Corner alongside the head coach of the Tar Heels, Hubert Davis. Coach, of course, this was a tight game in Winston-Salem. Wake Forest took home a 1-point win over the Tar Heels in mid-January. What was relevant from that game as you've looked at it and prepared for this afternoon?
Yeah, obviously Wake is a very good, very talented basketball team. In that game, we just really struggled with turnovers and also turnovers in regards to shot selection. We missed a ton of layups. We got out-rebounded. And one of the biggest things is defensively, we put them on the line like 27 times. And so when you do that, and I think it was a one-possession game, one-point game, you know, it could have been differently if even one of those categories were a little bit better. So those are the things moving forward to today is, you know, making the easy play, taking care of the basketball, getting shots, good shots every possession, boxing out, and trying to defend without putting them on the free throw line.
I was going to ask you about that last part of it, especially Salas and Hildreth. They are so good at getting downhill and trying to make you foul them. Is that just a matter of man-to-man, individual, D'ing them up? What becomes important here in that regard?
Well, I think it's a combination of two things. One, you have to be competitive in your individual one-on-one matchup, and then number two is you have to be disciplined enough to stay down on their shot fakes. They're really good at shot fakes, and especially when they get close to the basket, you feel like you need to try to block it, and they do a great job of drawing contact, and so you have to be disciplined just to stay down and contest. And if they make them, they make them. But you know, one of the things that we can't do is go for their shot fakes and put them on the free throw line.
Challenge today for Carolina in the quarterfinal round as the Tar Heels look for another big win here in Charlotte. Coach, thank you for your time, and best of luck this afternoon, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right, thanks a lot, Jones. I appreciate it.
And that is the Continental Tire Coaches Corner, sending us into our keys to the game. Take your Tar Heels tailgate to the next level with a new Honda. See your Honda dealer of the Carolinas today. Jones, my key for Carolina comes down to shot selection. I would contend the Tar Heels are much better equipped to handle the Deacs in the post this time around, and that should give the guards more open opportunities to hit from elsewhere on the floor.
Yeah, Dave, that's a good one. We talked about this some at the beginning of the broadcast. I just think defending without fouling is going to be a challenge and important today for Carolina. Wake shot 27 free throws in the first game between these two. Tar Heels took just 10 The Deeks, they get downhill. Tyler Salas and Hildreth in particular force you to foul. Carolina wants to both keep Wake out of the paint and avoid fouling as well.
I agree. I think for me it's turnovers. You got to be strong with the ball. You can't force it. We did a really good job yesterday of not turning the ball over, but the first time we faced them, we struggled with that. So make sure you turn it over, and if you do turn it over, don't turn it over in a way where it's an easy layup on the other end.
Those are our keys to the game as we get ready for the matchup. Again, official tip time at 2:44, a little less than 10 minutes from right now, so we've got time to take one more break. Jones will come back, give you the starting lineups, and then the tip-off in the day's second quarterfinal. The winner between Carolina and Wake gets Duke tomorrow at 7 p.m. This has been the Reed's Jewelers pregame show from Learfield.
Get deals on a new Toyota that feel like... Visit your local Toyota dealer for the Ready, Set, Go event. Get $1,750 in bonus lease cash on a new 2024 Toyota Tacoma SR5. Offer valid through March 31st, 2025. Offer entitled $1,750 bonus lease cash on the lease of a new and untitled 2024 Toyota Tacoma SR5 gas vehicle. Bonus cash may be used only toward down payment or capitalized cost reduction on the new vehicle. See dealer for details. Toyota, let's go places.
On game day, there's nothing like tailgating, touchdowns, and Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Twisted Tea goes down smooth and tastes like real iced tea because it's made with real brewed tea. Cool, refreshing, and a 5% kick of alcohol. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Look for the bright yellow cans wherever you buy beer. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
This is Coke Zero Sugar. Could I be the best Coke ever? Try and taste with your ears. Hear those bubbles? Imagine them tingling on your tongue. Fizzy deliciousness. Listen to that cascading liquid. A mouth-watering waterfall. Irresistibly tasty. Zero sugar. Crisp, refreshing, and ice cold. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
This is the Tar Heel Sports Network from Learfield.
CPI Security is a proud sponsor of Carolina Athletics and is the leading smart home security provider in the Southeast. Protecting what's important, CPI can secure your home or business from break-ins, fires, carbon monoxide alarms, and more. With professional installation, you won't have to lift a finger, plus you can count on CPI's local monitoring center to get you the help you need when you need it. Get the protection your family deserves today with CPI Security. Just visit cpisecurity.com for more information.
There are two legendary teams in our state, the Tar Heels men's basketball team and ours at Quality Equipment, where you'll find an unmatched lineup of John Deere equipment from tractor packages to riding mowers and zero turns. Get yours with an unbeatable cash price or with great financing at our lowest ever monthly payment. Backed by our professional parts and service team that always comes through in a clutch. Stop by one of our 36 locations or visit us online at qualityequip.com.
Which schools will take home the prestigious Learfield Directors Cup as the top college athletic programs for the 2024-25 college athletics season? You can follow the standings of your favorite team or alma mater at L Directors Cup on Twitter and online at thedirectorscup.com. Trophies will be awarded in June 2025 to the winning institutions in all college sports divisions. Learfield Directors Cup, the crowning achievement in college athletics.
Just about time for quarterfinal number 2 here on a Thursday afternoon in Charlotte in the 72nd Atlantic Coast Conference men's basketball tournament. Duke advanced past Georgia Tech 78-70 to move to the semifinal round tomorrow. Now we've got the Tar Heels and the Demon Deacons. And let's get to the starting lineups presented by Coors Light. Choose Chill, Coors Light, an official beer of the Tar Heels. We'll start with Wake Forest. They are the 4 seed in this event. First time ever that Wake has earned a double bye since they became a possibility in the Atlantic Coast Conference. Wake finished in a tie for 4th with Carolina, and SMU earned the top seed of those 3 thanks to regular season wins against both the Heels and the Mustangs. Wake 21-10 overall, 13-7 in league play. Steve Forbes in his 5th year as the head coach of Wake Forest. The Deacons will run out with a 3-guard lineup. That includes Tyler Johnson, 6-foot sophomore from Brooklyn, a transfer from Louisville, averaging 6.5 points and 3 assists per contest. He's joined in the backcourt by Hunter Salas, first-team All-ACC the last 2 years for the senior from Omaha, transfer from Gonzaga. Salas averages through the regular season 18 points per game. That was 5th best in the ACC. Cameron Hildreth, the 6'4 senior from England, honorable mention All-ACC. He really hurt the heels in the regular season with 20 points and 6 rebounds in the game in Winston. In total, he averaged 15 points per game this season. Up front, Trayvon Spillers, the App State transfer, 6'7 senior, originally from Charleston, South Carolina. Just under 10 points. He's top 10 in the league in both rebounds at 7.5 and blocks at almost 1.5 per game. And finally, the ACC veteran Efton Reed, 7-foot senior from Richmond, Virginia, also a transfer from Gonzaga. Actually started his career at LSU before that. 9 points, 6.5 rebounds per game. Now for the Tar Heels, 21-12 after advancing past Notre Dame in the second round, 76-56. They finished the regular season 13-7 in conference play. Hubert Davis looking for his 100th win as the head coach of the Tar Heels. He's 99-43 in his career, in his 4th season leading his alma mater. No changes for the Heels. Elliot Cadeau coming off 11 assists yesterday. That actually got changed after the game. They adjusted the box score, gave Carolina 3 more assists than the original box had provided. Cadeau, Vin Allen Lubin, and Russell Hawkins, the Tar Heel walk-on, all credited with an assist that had not originally been in the box. And Cadeau averaging better than 6 assists per game and 9.5 points per contest. Tar Heel leading scorer R.J. Davis, better than 17 points per game for the 6-foot graduate student from White Plains, New York. He had 13 points yesterday to go along with 6 assists. Drake Powell, talented rookie from Pittsburgh, 6'6", 195 pounds, 7.5 points, better than 3 rebounds per game. Powell is 24 of 37 from the field in the last 7 games. Jalen Withers had the incredible shooting display yesterday, 7 of 10. All 3-pointers for Withers. The 3-pointers, the most ever by a Tar Heel in an ACC tournament game, provided him with a career-high 21 points. And Withers, the 6'9 graduate student from here in Charlotte, went to North Meck High School, is a transfer, of course, from Louisville. And Vin Allen Lubin, second double-double in 3 games as he put up 17 points and 10 boards yesterday. The 6'8 junior from Orlando, Florida, last 7 games is averaging 13.5 points and better than 7 rebounds. He is now Carolina's leading rebounder. It had been Seth Trimble for a large majority of the season. Lubin has now overtaken that both in total rebounds and rebound average per game. It has been a long time since these two have played in the ACC tournament. It was a quarterfinal game in the year 2000 in the old Charlotte Coliseum. The last time these two played in this event, that was a 58-52 Wake Forest win. Carolina 13-8 all-time against the Deacs in this event. Let's get to the uniform reveal, sponsored by UniFirst. If you need work uniforms that help your team stay at the top of their game, UniFirst can deliver for you. You'll get an exceptional service, top-notch products, and uniform experts who always deliver. Carolina, as the lower seed, is wearing the Road Carolina blue uniforms, white numbers, letters, and trim. The Argyle down the side of the jerseys and the shorts. Wake in the home whites with the old gold numbers, the letters in black for the Deeps. A lot of black and gold mixed in the trim. The letters on the front of the jersey for Wake in black with that old gold trim around Wake in all capital letters across the chest. Officials today, Ron Groover, Bill Covington Jr., and Eric Lewis, 2 veterans of ACC play. Ron Groover, Bill Covington, Eric Lewis in his first year in the league, a longtime NBA official before dipping his toes into the college ranks this season. Z, big one today, no doubt. Winner gets Duke tomorrow in the semifinals.
Yeah, you got to get out to a quick start. Wake, first game in the ACC tournament, could be good or bad. They could be fresh, they could be rusty. But either way, Carolina's got to come out focused and locked in and get off to a good start. Attack them inside and then work your way out, make those wide open threes.
Lubin and Reed both in the center jump circle, both kind of doing some final stretches and leaning over, bending over, getting loose, ready to go. Bill Covington Jr. steps in between. Ball's in the air, and Lubin slaps it into the backcourt. Carolina will have the basketball first. Tar Heels moving from left to right as we see it here in Charlotte. Quarterfinal matchup. Winner gets Duke, who came back to beat Georgia Tech by 8 tomorrow in the semifinals. Not a lot happening here on this first possession. Carolina continues to dribble on the perimeter, gets it mid-post right to Lubin, but he misses the 8-foot jumper, and Wake Forest cleans the glass. All the action happened on the right side of the floor there for Carolina. Powell and Withers were just standing on the left sideline that entire possession. Tyler Johnson guarded tightly by Cadeau. We'll get it over to Salas. Powell does get the assignment on him. In the post it goes to Reed. Tar Heels double team him. Reed flips it out to Hildreth, extra pass, and almost banking in the three was Johnson. But after it hit the backboard, it spins out. Carolina gets the rebound. They head the other way, still scoreless.
A good double team, good work, getting out and getting to the three-point shooters.
Powell, one-on-one with Hildreth. Tries to back in, right side, pump fake, elevates and banks it in. The freshman hit the first bucket yesterday with a 3, banks this one in for 2.
Yeah, great patience by Powell, able to get down there, bobble the ball a little bit, little shot fake to get him up in the air, and then just finish strong.
Powell has been a difference maker for the Tar Heels here as of late. As down low, Spillers got free and gets the layup to go. Carolina got a little confused on a switch up high. Withers and Powell both went with Salas, which allowed Spillers to get open, and Salas found him for the bucket. 2-2 the score. R.J. Davis in the left corner. Carolina works it back to Cadeau, middle of the floor, guarded by Tyler Johnson. Now to Withers. He'll pump fake for 3, start his move, but as he did, he stepped on the sideline. It was the right decision. He got his defender flying by. He was going to go and have a look at the rim, either on a layup and a dunk, but stepped too far back on the pump and turns it over.
Good offense, good start, though. Withers, obviously they run him off the line from how he shot yesterday, so right play. Just got to make sure you don't step out of bounds.
Kind of a quiet start here in Charlotte. Fans just now kind of getting settled after the first game completed. Hildreth drives in left of the lane, pump fake, pivots, finds, Spillers kind of in traffic, and Spillers turns and scores, so he has all 4 of Wake Forest points here early on. That was a tough catch and finish by Spillers with a lot of players from both teams around him. Cadeau hesitates, drives, kicks it in the corner to Withers. He'll pump fake for 3, get to the rim, and miss the layup as Wake Forest Reed gets the board. Driving the other way, Salas gets the ball tipped away at the rim, but Wake recovers out to Tyler Johnson, and again hit the backboard first on an open 3. Carolina gets the rebound. Tar Heels down 4-2. Cadeau backs up in the front court for the Heels. He's going to ask for a screen from Lubin. Gets it. Now Cadeau drives to the right elbow, takes contact, knocked down, no whistle. Tar Heels starting cold, just 1 of 4 from the floor. Tyler Johnson the other way for Wake. Gets deep, can't finish on the layup. Rebound to the Tar Heels. Still 4-2 Wake as both teams try to figure things out as Powell is called for a charge. Heading the other way, lowered his shoulder and banged into Hildreth. And the foul is the first on Carolina.
Yeah, Carolina's got to do a better job. Powell there just in transition, just put his shoulder down trying to get to the rim. But we got to do a better job offensively getting what we want. It was a little too easy yesterday, and we're thinking things are just going to come to us. Wake's a much better defensive team. We got to try to get downhill, try to create opportunities, and not just go through the motions.
Two teams are just 3 of 10 from the floor to get things started here as Wake gets it in the post to Reed. Carolina's going to double on the first dribble. Reed able to get out of there, finds Tyler Johnson cutting in on the baseline and misses the shot. Lubin with the rebound. He'll get it ahead to Cadeau. Cadeau bounce pass to Withers in transition. He'll try a 3, too strong. Rebound brought in by Spillers. So Withers.
Tough 3 by Withers there. He's trying to run into it rather than just catch and shoot. Didn't have his feet set before he caught the ball, so it makes it much more difficult.
Carolina is 1 of 5 from the floor as Wake misses a mid-range jumper. Salas, Carolina with the rebound. Still 4-2 Wake Forest. Both teams struggling offensively right now as Another charge is called on Carolina. This time it's on R.J. Davis as he tried to drive right baseline. So that's 2 charges as Salas took that one. Called on Carolina. The first one was pretty obvious.
He had him pretty square on that one, too. So tough. I mean, you got to know that they're going to take charges and got to beat them. I mean, we're not getting downhill at all right now.
Juke Harris has come in to replace the Louisville transfer Tyler Johnson as Efton Reed has it. Ends up in the right corner. Harris knocks in the 3.
Withers came across the double, and when he doubled, he didn't get out of the double fast enough, and on the weak side, able to throw it to the wing and then the corner for a wide-open shot.
So Wake scored 7 straight. Tar Heels get Jackson, Trimble, and Washington off the bench. Carolina has not scored in 3 minutes as Lubin goes in against Reed and can't finish in the paint. Carolina continues to really struggle. They have 3 turnovers and 1 of 6 from the field.
Yeah, that's probably seen a lot. Lubin catching the ball. He's got to go up stronger against Reed.
Hildreth stops at the free throw line and hits the jump shot as he shoved Cadeau off. So a good start for Wake. Carolina, who has been in the lead so heavily in so many of the games here as of late, finds itself in an unfamiliar position, and that's down as Powell has it on the right wing. He eyes it, lets the 3 go, and it pops out. Rebound Reed. Carolina also, despite all these misses, not getting any offensive rebounds. They have 0 offensive boards, despite shooting 1 of 7 from the field. It's 9-2 Wake. The Deacs have scored the last 9 points of the game after Carolina got the first bucket. Hildreth gets it to Spillers, back to the basket, right of the lane against Withers. Goes baseline and hits the bucket.
Good one-on-one move for Spillers there. Just attack middle, turn back baseline, made an easy shot.
The clock is stopped. I don't think Carolina took a timeout. I think the ball just got away on the rebound, causing the dead ball, and that will be the under 16 timeout. So Carolina, after hitting the first basket, is now 1 of 7 from the field. Wake is 5 of 11, including making its last 3 shots and on an 11-0 run. Obviously not in the start. The Heels won it. 14:45 to go. First half in Charlotte. Carolina's got to wake up here against Wake from Learfield.
Oh, what a great camping trip for the Williams family. It was epic, Zach. And this week's MVP was their 2024 Ford Bronco SUV, Matt. Absolutely. It hauled everything and everyone to this great spot by the lake. And get them back in time for the big game. Yeah, let's go! Let's go. With the Ford Bronco or Bronco Sport SUV on your team, it's game on. For the latest offers, go to buyfordnow.com or see your Carolina Ford dealer today.
This is Carolina basketball from Learfield.
We know that the rules of engagement were made to be broken, so don't settle for the first ring you see in the case. When you put a ring on it, make the moment your own with something that's just as unique as your love. Whether you're going big, keeping it subtle, or finding a happy medium, we're here to help you say I do with a one-of-a-kind design, because doing things your way is what makes them mean everything. Reed's Jewelers, an official partner of Tar Heel Sports. Visit your local Reed's Jewelers in-store or online at reeds.com to chat with an expert.
It's never lost on Window World that your home is your largest physical investment. Window World's integrity will be noticed from your very first moment of contact. The clean, professional installation of premium windows, siding, doors, and more are designed to last while leaving your home looking amazing. Window World and their lifetime warranty will always be there when it really matters. They're America's most trusted remodeler and a proud partner of Carolina Athletics, because the difference is integrity and always in the details.
Both teams started slowly offensively, but Wake has hit its groove, making its last 3 shots, including a 3-pointer. And that has allowed the Deacs to get out to an 11-2 start as the Tar Heels look really sluggish. 1 of 7 from the field and 3 turnovers, 2 on offensive fouls for Carolina here early on. After the contest, we'll have our Best in the Game feature brought to you by Old Dominion Freight Line. Old Dominion Freight Line works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. That's our player of the game. And we're brought to you in part by the Good Feet Store. If you have foot, knee, hip, or back pain, Good Feet Arch Supports are engineered to support all 4 arches. to provide pain relief, balance, and comfort. Try them for yourself. Book your free fitting today at goodfeet.com. See, obviously a very poor start here for Carolina in multiple ways. The turnovers, the poor shooting, not getting any offensive rebounds. Just not a great look here offensively for the Heels.
Yeah, I think yesterday everything was easy. You made shots. You didn't really have to get downhill. Notre Dame's not a great defensive team. Now you're playing a great defensive team, and you can't get downhill. You're not getting great shots. You got to find a way to get back to playing how we did against Duke, even though they beat us. We played really well. We moved the ball. We had a lot of continuity, and you got to find that here, and then you got to compete on the offensive boards, and we haven't done that. And defensively, our defensive presence is not very good.
Yeah, Carolina just doesn't look like it has a whole lot of energy behind it right now either. Those will go to the subs for the first time. Trimble, Jackson, and Washington join R.J. Davis and Drake Powell on the floor. And Powell going to find a cutting Washington underneath the basket. He hesitated, which allowed Wake to recover, but he is fouled. Efton Reed coming from behind fouled Washington. And it will provide free throws for the first time in the ball game. That's the first foul called on Wake.
But good play there. R.J. Davis came off the screen. Jalen Washington, as soon as he came off, he hit Powell on the other side, top of the key-ish. And Washington rolled hard to the rim, and when he caught the ball, Harris ran through and on the pump fake, and then as he went up, Reed fouled him. So really good play there. Knock in some free throws here and get some momentum going.
Washington gets a friendly bounce on the free throw to stop that 11-0 Wake run. Carolina did not shoot free throws very well yesterday, just 7 of 12 against Notre Dame, including Washington going 1 of 2. Makes the first here. And second one does not get the bounce. It's 11-3. Wake Forest still with the 8-point lead, and now with the basketball again. Salas crouched over against R.J. Davis. Top of the key, now backing in, shoves off Davis and elevates from the free throw line. No good. Rebound tipped by Washington into the hands of the waiting R.J. Davis. So the Heels get a stop, but down 8. Ian Jackson, back middle of the floor. It goes to R.J. Davis. Carolina working in the half court. High screen called for by Davis. Gets it from Washington over to Jackson. Now left side to Powell. Back up the sideline to Jackson. Jackson going to try and dance and fire a triple. Comes up well short. Washington, though, slaps the rebound back out to Jackson. Carolina will get another try.
Good activity by Washington there on the boards.
Carolina, though, still not really getting inside in any way as Trimble's now caught in the corner and steps out of bounds as he was doubled by Hildreth and Reed. So that is 4 turnovers for Carolina here early on. They only had 8 in the game yesterday. And Z, you've brought up the point. I mean, that whole possession was pass around the perimeter, take a three, got the rebound, but then stayed on the perimeter and turned it over.
I think it's a big game for Ian Jackson. He's got to be able to get downhill. He can't just settle for threes like he did that possession.
Omaha Ballou is in the game for the first time for Wake. He was injured the first time these two teams played. Iowa State transfer as Salas knocks in the three. He is not a great three-point shooter. Just 28% in 5 of his last 26. But he makes it 14-3. The Heels are down 11 and in danger of losing contact with Wake here early on. R.J. Davis on the perimeter over to Powell on the left wing. He's going to pump and drive. Spins into the paint and got the ball taken away. Another turnover, the 5th for the Heels.
And that's what Wake does so well. Powell drove to his left. As soon as he spun, they came and swarmed him and were able to steal the ball from him.
Carolina teetering here. They have 3 points with 12:45 to play in the first half as Hildreth earns a foul on Ian Jackson. Jackson trying to stay in front of the weaving and cutting Hildreth and can't do it. That is the 3rd foul on Carolina. So Wake is now 6 of 13. 2 of 4 from 3, where they only shoot 29% as a team. And Carolina is 1 of 8 with 5 turnovers. You can drop Salas. I mean, Salas had been 8 of his last 41 from 3. Fredrickson hits the side of the backboard as he had just checked in for Wake on the inbounds. Meanwhile, R.J. Davis is wiped out trying to get to the rim on the other side, and here comes Wake the other way. They'll get a transition look for 3. Air ball by Hildreth, even though he was wide open. Carolina down 14-3 and got to get moving here.
Lucky on Carolina's part. Wake wide open there. Really good shot. He just missed it.
Ian Jackson kicks it over to Powell. Left sideline, crosses the court on the right to R.J. Davis. 12 on the shot clock for Davis. High hedge by Wake. Over to Trimble as Davis gets it to Seth, and he's fouled on the 3 by Hunter Salas. Carolina gets a much-needed fortunate whistle as the foul on Salas will be his first and result in 3 free throws for Seth Trimble. So right now, Carolina cannot find much of anything. Tar Heels have 1 field goal. It came at the 18:55 mark by Drake Powell. Since then, they are 0 of 7 from the floor with 5 turnovers, about as poorly as you can play offensively, and as well as Wake can play defensively, shutting the Heels down. They do have 1 free throw in that stretch, and now Trimble will try and whittle into this 11-point deficit at the stripe.
And I think you got to look at Reed is not in the game right now as Trimble makes his first free throw. Reed's not in the game. He was really effective early on, keeping us out of the paint, affecting shots at the rim. He's not in there right now. We got to find a way to get to the rim, get some paint points.
13th time this year that Carolina's trailed by double digits. They are just 2-10 in the previous 12 games. As Trimble, after swishing the first free throw, gets front iron backboarded in on the second. Powell will get his first rest. Jalen Withers returns. The score now 14-5 after Trimble has made these 2 free throws. So nearly 7 minutes now without a field goal for the Tar Heels.
And it makes sense. I mean, if you're watching them play right now, the offense is stale and you're just passing around the perimeter. If we don't set screens and get inside, it's going to be hard to score.
Trimble goes 3 for 3, much needed. And it's 14-6. Carolina picking up with some pressure, but Wake able to get it in. Hildreth still in the backcourt, finds Juke Harris. Nobody was guarding him as Harris goes to the rim. Late challenge by Washington, and the shot's no good. Tar Heels the other way. Trimble in the left corner offensively. Gets into the paint, kicks it in the corner to Withers. Extra pass to an open Ian Jackson. Heels need it, and they get it for 3.
Good offense there. Trimble caught it on the wing, attacked as hard as he could. Ian Jackson ran to the opposite corner, threw it across to him. Withers ran to the opposite corner, and then when he caught it, he threw it to Jackson for the wide open 3 on the wing.
It's 14-9 now. Carolina back within 5 as Hildreth over to Juke Harris on the top right for Wake Forest. The freshman directing some traffic as Withers guards him in the man-to-man. Back middle of the floor, it goes to Salas. Salas, left of the lane, now at the elbow, picks up his dribble, and that's a shot clock violation on Wake. As they never got the shot away, Salas kicked it back out to Ballou, but the horn had sounded. Need to take a 10-second ID break before we take this under 12-minute media timeout. Carolina finally trying to get some traction offensively, has scored 6 straight to get back in it at 14-9. Let's break 10 seconds. Station ID down the lines on the Tar Heels Sports Network. (14-9) Wake Forest with the lead, but Carolina has scored 6 straight after a very slow start. Heels down 5 and will have the ball when we return from Learfield.
This is Coke Zero Sugar. Could I be the best Coke ever? Try and taste with your ears. Hear those bubbles? Imagine them tingling on your tongue. Fizzy deliciousness. Listen to that cascading liquid. A mouth-watering waterfall. Irresistibly tasty. Zero sugar. Crisp, refreshing, and ice cold. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
Texting while driving takes your eyes off the road for an average of 5 seconds. That's like driving the length of a basketball court 3 times with your eyes closed. Research shows you are 3 times more likely to get into an accident when distracted by a cell phone. Trusted Choice independent insurance agents urge you and your families to put down your phone. Every day in the U.S., more than 9 people are killed and 1,000 injured in crashes involving a distracted driver. Let's have a hands-free NC. Brought to you by Trusted Choice independent insurance agents of North Carolina. Learn more at trustedchoice.com/GoHeels. If you're a Tar Heel fan, you know what a winning lineup looks like. Tough, dependable, and versatile. So if you're looking for a new car, check out Honda's impressive award-winning roster to find your MVP. Civic, Accord, CR-V, HR-V, Passport, Odyssey, Ridgeline, and Pilot. Rugged capability, intelligent all-wheel drive systems, and traction modes. Find your Honda at your Honda dealers of the Carolinas today.
Coverage of the ACC tournament is presented by Honda Dealers of the Carolinas. If you're a Tar Heel fan, don't just cheer for the best, drive the best. Drive a Honda. Better hurry, they're going fast. See your Honda dealer of the Carolinas today.
Carolina's offense had been performing at such a high level here over the last 8 games, but a very slow first 8 minutes for the Heels as they were one of their first 9, but 3 free throws from Seth Trimble and a three-pointer by Ian Jackson have given the Heels a shot of life, and they're back to within 5, 14-9 against Wake Forest. Still very early, 11-10 to play in the first half. That's on the North Carolina Farm Bureau scoreboard. Brought to you by Farm Bureau Insurance, helping you is what they do best. We're also brought to you by SeatGeek, which makes it easy to find tickets so you can be a part of all the action this year. Whether you're buying or selling tickets, SeatGeek's the place to do it. It's the official ticket marketplace of the Tar Heels. Expect the expected with SeatGeek. It'll be Davis, Trimble, Jackson, Withers, and Lubin coming in for the 5 on the floor for the Tar Heels. And Z, nice to see Carolina waking up a little bit here, see if they can string some more quality possessions together.
Yeah, Coach Davis was fired up in that timeout too, yelling at him and trying to get him going. But really, craziest stat here, we have no points off turnovers, no points in the paint, no second chance points, and no fast break points. So we got to find a way again to do some better offense here.
And they get a cutting Lubin in the middle of the paint. That was a nice play drawn there by Carolina coming out of the timeout. It was a pass from Withers to cutting Lubin, and he draws the foul on Hildreth, his first. Third on Wake, and it will put Lubin to the line for 2 shots. Carolina has shot 5 free throws so far, 4 of 5 at the line. Clock stops, 11:01 to go first half with Vinal Lubin to the free throw line. First one's up and good.
Yeah, we look like we're settling in a little more, realizing that it's not going to be quite as easy as yesterday. So hopefully we continue to compete defensively. They've struggled to score the last few possessions on our defense.
Lubin ready for the second. That one's too strong, but Withers gets the offensive rebound. Oh, he tried to put it back up while falling down, and it crawled off the rim. That was a great effort by Withers, just couldn't quite complete the play. Lubin goes 1 of 2, and it's 14-10. Wake Forest with the lead. Salas dribbling well out on the left sideline against R.J. Davis to Hildreth. Right back to Salas. He'll switching and has Trimble on Salas now. Flips it to Reed. Straight on inside the arc. He'll hand off to Hildreth. Head of steam as he drives and kicks into the right corner. Wake will reset. Shot clock getting really low again. Reed's going to try a 3, no good. Rebound knocked out of bounds from behind Withers by Spillers, and it will belong to Carolina. So that's back-to-back possessions. Wake had a shot clock violation and then a long guarded 3 by Efton Reed at the shot clock horn.
Great defense, just staying in front of him, making it difficult, and guarding Salas and everybody really well.
Remains 14-10. R.J. Davis cradling the ball, bounces to Ian Jackson well out on the right sideline. Again, Carolina just not getting much going here offensively. Back to Davis, whips a pass in the corner to Jalen Withers. His 3 in and out. Wake fights each other for the rebound and loses it over the baseline. So it'll belong to Carolina as I believe it was Reed and Harris that were fighting each other for that board. Withers 0 of 4, including 0 of 2 from 3, although that one a good shot in the corner off of good passes. Trimble, a quick jumper is no good off the inbound. Rebound out of bounds, I believe, off Wake again. It will belong to Carolina, as it's a couple of times now this sequence where Carolina's missed a jumper, but Wake couldn't bring in the board.
Yeah, the first one, Lubin was fighting really well there. I think we're just doing a better job trying to get to the boards, making it a little more difficult on them.
Trimble coming over to be the inbounder for Carolina on the left sideline. Still 14-10 Wake as the inbounds go to R.J. Davis. Heels on a 7-0 spurt here, trying to get back in the ball game. Davis whips it to Withers. Pump fake for 3. He's bumped on the drive. No call. Step back. Triple. Nothing but net for Jalen Withers. A big one.
The corner 3 was just a little too easy. A little shot fake there. One dribble to the right. Got bumped on the step back. Able to make the shot.
Now a 10-0 Tar Heel run to get back within 1 after trailing by 11. Hildreth well out on the sideline, guarded by Seth Trimble. His entry pass to Lubin taken away, but then Lubin has it poked away from behind. Reed has it, banging against Lubin. Dumps it off. Nice rotation by Ian Jackson as he cut in front of Spillers to knock away the pass out of bounds. What looked like it was going to be an easy play for Wake, but Jackson wouldn't let it happen.
Yeah, Withers coming across with a quick double team, and Jackson, being aware, was able to get back and knock the ball away from Spillers. Really good defense, really good activity.
R.J. Davis and Seth Trimble sit down. Cadeau and Powell come in. So it's Cadeau, Jackson, Powell, Withers, and Lubin. Carolina down 1, 14-13. Wake is led by as many as 11 here early. Jackson playing defense tightly, even with a foul. Goes in the corner to Spillers. Airmails the triple into the hands of Lubin to Cadeau. He'll pitch it ahead to Ian Jackson. Jackson head of steam and lost the basketball. Just got into a mess of players and tried a big step through and didn't have much chance of success.
Yeah, Hildreth did a good job. He almost was able to draw a charge there. Just good defense by him.
That's 7 turnovers as Reed misses a 3 for Wake on the other side. Carolina only had 8 the whole game yesterday. They have 7 here today. 8:40, make it 39 to play first half. Tar Heels down 1, 14-13. Heels did lead 2-0 at one point, but that's it. Cadeau to a cutting Lubin is hit hard at the rim. Hubert Davis furious about the lack of a whistle as Wake heads the other way. Reed has it down low, posting up against Withers. Sends it over to Hildreth. He'll drive. His shot was no good. Rebound kicked around. Still fought for both teams. Belongs to Wake. It's going to be an open 3 for Hildreth in the corner. No good. Rebound still loose, out of bounds, off Reed. Wow. It'll belong to Carolina. A physical stretch here as not many whistles, even though there's been plenty of contact on multiple plays. It'll belong to the Heels, still down 1.
They're letting them play, which hopefully will benefit us as we're not going to get called for fouls and trying to guard some of these guys on the wing. But inside, blockouts are tough. Reed's doing a great job pushing around, being physical. We got to be able to get them off the boards.
Carolina went through a long drought offensively. Now Wake has done the same. Hadn't scored in over 5 minutes, and it's 14-13. As another turnover, Lubin tried to hand it off to Cadeau and turned it over. And meanwhile, Wake gets the bucket on the other end. Salas cleaning up a missed layup by Fredrickson. Makes it 16-13. So 8 turnovers in the half for Carolina. A mess as Cadeau nearly turns it over again. Nice catch from Lubin. And spin and hook shot for 2.
Really tough catch by Lubin. Cadeau threw it up. He caught it with the right hand, able to take one dribble, spin back to the left for a little hook shot over the front of the rim.
16-15. Wake up 1. Tyler Johnson driving against Cadeau, and Cadeau tackles him for the foul. That's going to be the first on Cadeau and the 4th on Carolina. So both teams with a much-needed break as it has been an intense sequence of play. The Tar Heels on a 12-2 run, but cannot hold on to the basketball with 8 turnovers already. That's as many as they had in the entire game yesterday. But they were down 11 early and are back within 1. 7:18 to play first half. 16-15 Deeks from Learfield.
They're not just the Tar Heels, they're your Tar Heels. Customize your Wells Fargo debit card or open an account today and show your Tar Heel pride with every purchase. Get started at wellsfargo.com/Tar Heels. Wells Fargo is proud to be the official sponsor of Carolina Athletics. Copyright 2024, Wells Fargo Bank, N.A., member FDIC.
Today's game is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Insurance for motorcycles, boats, and RVs. For protection on the road and on the water. See how much you can save at 1-800-PROGRESSIVE and Progressive.com. This is the Tar Heel Sports Network from Learfield.
Tar Heel fans, this is an exclusive message from our favorite pizza partner, Domino's Pizza, who is on site at every home game where concessions are sold.
Hey Tar Heels, this is Ryan from your local Domino's. Our UNC alumni family-owned company has an exclusive everyday offer for all Tar Heel fans across all of North Carolina. Order online for delivery and use coupon code UNC at checkout and receive 25% off your entire online delivery order. That's right, 25% off everything. It's a great day to be a Tar Heel. Go Heels!
There are two legendary teams in our state, the Tar Heels men's basketball team and ours at Quality Equipment, where you'll find an unmatched lineup of John Deere equipment from tractor packages to riding mowers and zero turns. Get yours with an unbeatable cash price or with great financing at our lowest ever monthly payment. Backed by our professional parts and service team that always comes through in a clutch. Stop by one of our 36 locations or visit us online at qualityequip.com.
Carolina down 1, 16-15 to Wake with 7:18 to play in the first half. Food Lion, proud to sponsor the score to give more program. Free free throw the Heels make in today's game and all season long. Food Lion Feeds will donate 100 meals to a local area food bank. Resembles the first half in Winston-Salem in the regular season game where there were 18 combined turnovers and just 19 made field goals in that half. In this one, so far, there have been 10 turnovers and 11 field goals. The problem for Carolina is 8 of the 10 turnovers are theirs. The first 4 turnovers were all dead ball, which are bad, but at least you can set up your defense. The last 4 have all been live ball turnovers, which have allowed Wake to score 10 points now off those 8 Carolina turnovers. So Tar Heels are back in this game after trailing by 11 early on, but they have to take better care of the basketball.
Absolutely, and I think that's what we were talking about before the game started. You know, on the Powell drive, he's going to get swarmed. You got to know they're coming. If you're going to drive in the lane, Reed's going to come across and try to block, and all the guards are going to come try to dig the ball out and steal it.
Tar Heels down 1 as the inbounds goes to Spillers. Misses the hook shot on the nice challenge by Withers. Carolina quickly gets it ahead, front court to Jackson on the left. He'll hit a trailing Cadeau. Wake has done a nice job making Carolina play in the half court. As Cadeau has it on the right wing. Lobs it up to Lubin, has to catch it, come back down, missed the shot, gets its own rebound, it's blocked away.
They're letting Reed get away with a lot of contact. He's got to know that, go straight to his chest, and try to go up stronger.
Tar Heels are 4 of 17 from the field as Salas takes about 10 steps on the drive and gets the layup to go.
Yeah, drove all the way from the right wing all the way across.
As then in the backcourt, a jump ball on the inbound. Carolina got it into Cadeau, but Tyler Johnson was hanging around and tied him up. And the arrow belongs to Wake.
And Cadeau didn't know he was there, and he just came in. Johnson came in super strong, just grabbed the ball and tried to rip it out of his hands.
Tar Heels now shooting 22%, 4 of 18 from the field. And down by 3 at 18-15. Around the perimeter, Salas guarded tightly by Powell. Salas tries to dump it to Reed, tipped by Powell, but he's able to catch it. Reed is on the tip. Back to Reed, a late clock 3, barely touches the iron, but Spillers chases down the rebound for Wake in the corner. They'll get another chance. Pocket pass to Reed. He'll kick it to Fredrickson. Extra pass to Salas. His 3, no good. Reed poked his hand up through the rim on the shot. No whistle. Carolina gets the rebound. That was an
Must have thought it was going to be an air ball or something, but yeah, he about goaltended it.
18-15 as Lubin holding it high. Hands off to Powell. Kicks it to Withers. Back to Powell, middle of the floor. Guarded by Fredrickson. Going to go hard, hang, and is wiped out. No bucket. And Carolina 4 of 19 from the field.
They're not going to call those fouls. We got to know it.
Salas. Pump fake. They'll call that foul on Powell trying to catch up. And that's going to be his second and give Salas a couple of free throws. Tar Heels are visibly frustrated right now, not just with the turnover issues, with they're up to 9 now, but the poor shooting. I mean, they have more than twice the number of made field goals for. They have turnovers, 9. This has been as poor a half offensively as Carolina has had in some time and perhaps all season, as Salas stretches Wake's lead to 4, 19-15 on the first free throw.
And they're getting bumped on every shot. They're getting hit on every drive, and they're frustrated. The shots aren't falling. It obviously adds up, and so you got to make sure that you stay focused, stay locked in, be good on defense, and know that you can get away with the same fouls.
5:38 to play first half. 19-15, now 20-15. Salas has quietly had a nice first half for Wake. He has 7. Spillers has 6. So those two have 13 of the 20 points for Wake, who's up by 5 now, 20-15. Heels had a couple of chances, down one, but could never get a bucket to go. High post Lubin. Wake denies Elliott Cadeau, so Lubin gets it to R.J. Davis. He's forced back as Wake continues to hound Carolina defensively. Cadeau, cross-court pass to Trimble in the corner left. He'll elevate for the three. It's short. Boy, Wake's defense is smothering Carolina right now.
Yeah, Reed's doing a really good job in all these pick and rolls with Davis, trapping him, and that's just a bad shot by Trimble.
Withers comes from behind Reed to poke away an entry pass in the post, knocking it out of bounds. 4:57 to go in the first half. Tar Heels have just 15 points and 4 of 20 from the field.
And you can feel it. They're frustrated on offense, but they're not getting open. Their drives aren't. They're getting bumped on it. Their shots are challenged. Wake Forest has done a really good job getting us frustrated.
Hildreth back in, holding it high. Entry pass goes down low to Juke Harris, the freshman, and he hits a tough turnaround against a good challenge by Withers. And suddenly Wake's back up by 7 at 22-15. Cadeau, front side on the right. High screen by Lubin. Gets to the free throw line. Nearly turns it over. Trimble does a nice job saving the pass in the left corner. Out to R.J. Davis. Has not scored until now as he hits a tough three.
Really tough. Cadeau actually tried to set a slip screen, missed it, and then kind of bumped him just enough for R.J. to be able to get the shot off. So just a really good individual shot by R.J., and we're going to need him tonight.
22-18 as Carolina grinding to its way to a 4-point deficit right now. Tyler Johnson gets by Cadeau, kicks it in the corner, three-pointer on the way, in and out. Hildreth saw that one go in and rattle away. Tar Heels get the rebound. Cadeau, front side again, stops on the right sideline area, gets a big screen from Lubin. Going to pull up for a jump shot, center square and in. Cadeau banked it home for the long two.
Not sure that was the shot we were looking for, but came off the right wing with one dribble, pulled up right at the elbow, and banked it in. I don't know if he called bank, but it went in.
22-20, Heels back within 2. And what has been a hard-fought first half. Salas banging in R.J. Davis, loses the ball, picks it up. He's changed his pivot foot a couple of times, and he will be able to keep the ball and get it to Tyler Johnson. Oh, big screen, and it's going to be called a moving screen by Efton Reed as he clobbered Cadeau out on the perimeter. That is the second on Reed, who has been effective in the game today. So Carolina is going to have the basketball after just the third turnover by Wake. Carolina has 9 of them, and yet the Heels are down just 2, 22-20 with 3:31 to play in the half. Carolina will have the ball down 2 when we return from Learfield.
North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance was just named one of America's best insurance companies by Forbes and the nation's best auto insurer in Crash Network's Insurer Report Card for the 3rd year in a row. Sometimes being the best means being a little different. Our difference is our people. And with agents in every county, you've got local, award-winning service right in your backyard. North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance. Helping you is what we do best.
This is the Tar Heel Sports Network from Learfield.
Stay in the know about what's happening at home with CPI Security's state-of-the-art security system. Featuring a doorbell camera to protect your packages, outdoor cameras to deter break-ins, and indoor cameras to verify emergencies and keep an eye on your family. Plus, it's all backed by CPI's award-winning and local professional monitoring station, getting you the help you need when you need it. When every second counts, count on CPI. Visit CPIsecurity.com for more information. CPI Security is a proud sponsor of Carolina Athletics.
You can create a win.
Of trained arch support specialists will find a personalized solution for you to help relieve foot, back, knee, and even hip pain. Support your heels today and head to the Good Feet store in Chapel Hill, Raleigh, Greensboro, and a new location in Wilmington.
The 30% for a good swath of the game's first 20 minutes. Wind up shooting 10 of 28 in the first stanza, 4 of 10 from three-point range. The Heels connect on 9 of 11 at the stripe. Out-rebound Wake 24-17. The Deeks didn't shoot it really well either, just 36.4% on 12 of 33, just 2 of 12 from three-point range. Wake connects on all 5 free throw attempts. The Tar Heels turn it over 9 times, and foul trouble could be a lingering issue. R.J. Davis, Elliott Cadeau, Drake Powell, 3 typical starters for the Tar Heels, all saddled with 2 fouls. Wake Forest has Reed and Hildreth both with a couple of fouls as Carolina leads 33-31 at the break. R.J. Davis leads the way in scoring for Carolina with 10. Hunter Salas has a game-high 11 on 4 of 9 shooting from the floor. Van Allen Lubin leading Carolina with 7 rebounds. Reed has 6 boards to lead the way for the Deacs. It all adds up to a 33-31 halftime advantage for Carolina over Wake Forest, and that'll put a bow on the Wells Fargo halftime show. Brought to you by Wells Fargo, official sponsor of Carolina Athletics. We'll take one final break and then send things back to Charlotte. Jones and Z will take you the rest of the way. Duke awaits the winner in tomorrow's first semifinal. Our score at the break, it's Carolina 33, Wake 31 from Learfield.
You sit in traffic now, but later, there's an ice-cold reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. You've earned this rich golden lager with a crisp, refreshing taste. Because you know all your patience is paid out in gold. You remain calm through honks, bumper to bumper, and people yelling. Come on, move! You are a fighter, and Modelo is your reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
From the mountains to the coast, 2.5 million North Carolinians are members of an electric cooperative. As a co-op member, you're part of exciting efforts to power a brighter future in the Tar Heel State. Beyond providing electricity that powers our lives, electric co-ops are strengthening local communities with education grants, economic development, innovative energy projects, and tools to help you better manage your home energy use. Learn more at ncelectriccooperatives.com.
This is the Tar Heel Sports Network from Learfield.
Hey, Tar Heel fans, it's game day, and Harris Teeter knows your party is just as important as the game. With mouth-watering wings, delicious dips, pre-ordered party platters to please any crowd, and not to mention the best pizzas, ribs, and ready-to-grill pub burgers in town. Only Harris Teeter can deliver delicious as you huddle up with family and friends to celebrate. Set a reminder to order ahead if you need party platters, and make Harris Teeter your pre-game stop before the next game. Harris Teeter, where Tar Heel fans shop for their delicious game day.
There are 2 legendary teams in our state, the Tar Heels men's basketball team and ours at Quality Equipment, where you'll find an unmatched lineup of John Deere equipment from tractor packages to riding mowers and zero turns. Get yours with an unbeatable cash price or with great financing at our lowest ever monthly payment. Backed by our professional parts and service team that always comes through in a clutch. Stop by one of our 36 locations or visit us online at qualityequip.com.
Just about time for the second half here in Charlotte, quarterfinal round of the 72nd ACC tournament. Let's get to the trusted choice of the game with Carolina leading 33-31. It's brought to you by the Trusted Choice Independent Insurance Agents of North Carolina, who want you to stay safe behind the wheel. Put down your phone while driving. Let's have a hands-free NC. To learn more and find an agent near you, trustedchoice.com/GoHeels. Tyler, what's important in your mind in the second half here?
I think the biggest thing for me is the turnovers, offense in particular. We only had 1 turnover in the last 7 minutes. Our offense looked better. We were able to create a lot of opportunities. We got to be able to get in the paint. We only had 10 paint points in the first half. So I think you got to find a way to beat your guy, get downhill. And with Reed back in the game, we got to finish at the rim at a high level.
9 turnovers in the first half for Carolina, but just 1 in the last 7:50. Heels also sneakily ended up doing a good job on the offensive glass. They had 7 offensive rebounds and 7 second chance points, including the final 2 points of the half, the tip-in by Trimble, which has given Carolina this 2-point lead. Now, Tar Heels led by 2 in Winston-Salem at halftime, and Wake came back and won it 67-66. We'll see what happens here in Charlotte. Heels going right to left as we see it here in Charlotte to start the second half. There was Carolina winning the opening tip, 1 jump ball. That's why Carolina gets it to start the second half. Slipping a screen out high is Lubin. Gets the pass from R.J. Davis. Spins and finishes with the tough hook.
Yeah, Lubin set the screen up for R.J. Davis on the wing, and really tough catch by Lubin. As he caught it, he was able to spin to the right hand across the middle.
Hildreth over to Salas. Carolina now up 35-31. After Lubin gets the bucket, Tyler Johnson, tough runner, no good. Lubin cleans the glass. Quickly gets it middle of the floor to Cadeau. Cadeau going to the rim, gets airborne and finishes through contact with the left hand.
Tough finish by Cadeau, just one-on-one with Hunter Salas, and just beat him to the rim to the left hand.
37-31, Tar Heels. Quick 4-0 spurt here in the second half. Big screen gets R.J. Davis off of Salas. He drives, kicks it to Johnson, back to Salas. Spillers battling in the paint with Withers, trying to get position as Wake keeps it on the perimeter. Hildreth, switch, now Powell recovers to guard him. Shot clock down to 6. Hildreth, nowhere to go. Gets it to Reed. Shot clock at 2 as Reed turns, shoots, no good. And there's going to be a foul, I think, on the rebound. Yes, Tyler Johnson slammed into Cadeau in his back. And the foul on Johnson is going to be his first. And first on the Deeks. Carolina will have it with 18:43 to go.
Great defense there. Wake really had never got anything going that possession. Ended up with a Reed jump shot from 15, 18 feet, which is exactly what we want.
That was the first fast break point to the game for Carolina. Cadeau's layup as he drives in, loses the ball, gets it right back and banks it home after he took contact from Reed.
Yeah, he went right to Reed's chest. Reed knocked it away. As soon as he caught it, realized he was wide open and shot it from about 4 feet.
39-31, Heels by 8, a 6-0 start to the half. Hildreth jump stop in the paint. Lubin just reached down on him to earn a couple of free throws for Hildreth. Lubin and the Tar Heels in total had done it all right until right at the end. Vin Allen just kind of angled his arm down and picked up his first foul.
Yeah, he actually did a really good job. Powell got beat. He recovered. Lubin came from the elbow down to help double team and keep Hildreth out of the lane. And then at the last moment, he just couldn't resist and slapped down on him.
So Wake makes the free throw as Hildreth sees it pop around, hang on the rim, and drop in. Wake is now 6 of 6 at the line. Carolina 9 of 11 at the stripe. Heels all their attempts in the first half. These are the first free throws for either team in the second. Tyler Johnson will sit down. Juke Harris in. This time, Hildreth does not get the fortunate bounce. Carolina gets the rebound. 39-32 Tar Heels, 18:08 to play in the second half. R.J. Davis brings it front side, guarded by Salas in the center jump circle. Screen by Lubin, gets it to Cadeau, to a cutting Lubin, out to Powell, his 3 off the mark. Well, that was a good play and an open look. Powell just missed it. Wake tries to push it the other way. The pass is too deep. It's saved by Spillers, but into the hands of Juke Harris, who steps out of bounds on the sideline. So Carolina able to get the ball right back on the 5th turnover of the game for Wake.
A little lucky there. Overthrew Spillers running. Thankfully, we recovered back after that. Got a little lucky with them stepping out. We got to make sure we get back in transition.
Powell just 1 of 4 from the field today, 0 of 2. Certainly he's been playing great for the Heels, having a tough offensive game here. R.J. Davis pulls up behind the screen. Nothing but net on the long 3. Wake needs a timeout.
Unbelievable shot by Davis there. Great screen by Lubin. Davis just took one dribble, realized his man got caught up on the screen, and pulled right up.
Tar Heels have outscored Wake 9-1 to start the second half. 17:37 to go. This will stretch to a full. R.J. Davis now with 13 to pace the Heels, who are up by 10. 42-32 our score from Learfield.
Get deals on a new Toyota that feel like... Visit your local Toyota dealer for the Ready, Set, Go event. Get 1.99% APR for 36 months on a new 2024 Toyota Tacoma Hybrid. Offer valid through March 31st, 2025. Zero down for well-qualified buyers with approved credit and financing through Southeast Toyota Finance. $28.64 monthly payment for every $1,000 finance. Excludes tax, tag, registration, title, and dealer fees. See dealer for details. Toyota. Let's go places.
This is Carolina basketball from Learfield.
At Reed's Jewelers, we know that the rules of engagement were made to be broken. So don't settle for the first ring you see in the case. When you put a ring on it, make the moment your own with something that's just as unique as your love. Whether you're going big, keeping it subtle, or finding a happy medium, we're here to help you say I do with a one-of-a-kind design. Because doing things your way is what makes them mean everything. Reed's Jewelers, an official partner of Tar Heel Sports. Visit your local Reed's Jewelers in-store or online at reeds.com to chat with an expert.
Window World, America's largest exterior remodeler and a proud partner of UNC, provides exceptional quality windows, siding, doors, and more. They're headquartered right here in North Carolina and have enhanced over 100,000 homes across 30 counties for over 25 years. Improving your largest investment with energy efficiency products and creating amazing curb appeal is what they do best. From Raleigh-Durham to Rocky Mount, down to Fayetteville and beyond. Call, click, or visit Window World, a proud partner of Carolina Athletics, today.
Carolina 4 of 5 from the field to start the second half, including that three-pointer by R.J. Davis, which prompted the Wake Forest timeout. 42-32, Carolina 17-37 to play. We're brought to you in part by Modelo. Modelo is an official beer of the Tar Heels. And in basketball, you need a great game plan. Same with your health care benefits. That's why more people trust Blue Cross and Blue Shield of North Carolina, the state's most preferred health insurer. Put Blue Cross North Carolina on your team, official health insurance partner of Carolina Athletics. Let's break 10 seconds for station identification. Tar Heels have their largest lead, 42-32. Wake will be inbounding when we come back after this quick 10 seconds for station ID down the lines on the Tar Heels Sports Network. Carolina 42, Wake 32. Z, Carolina going back to last half has scored on 12 of its last 13 possessions. The only one they didn't was an open three by Powell on a nice play that just didn't go in. What are they doing better offensively in your mind?
I think, well, one of the benefits was Reed was in foul trouble to end the first half. I think that helped tremendously. And I think now we're just attacking downhill. RJ hit a really good three there, but other than that, Cadeau's been able to get in the lane. Cadeau in transition. We just got to continue to defend, make it frustrating on them, as frustrating as we were in the first half.
R.J. Davis is going to guard Salas as he brings it front side. Over to Spillers. He'll hand it right back to the talented Salas. Around a screen. Salas now has R.J. Davis on his backside, elevates and hits the tough mid-range. Boy, that's just a big-time shot there by Salas.
Yeah, he put R.J. on his hip, so he couldn't get back around him, and then basically went as far as he could till he got to Lubin, and he pulled up right in front of him.
42-34. Carolina by 8 as R.J. Davis brings it in the center jump circle. Bounce pass to Cadeau. Had a cutting Lubin, instead goes over to Withers. Three off the back iron, and Hildreth able to outfight the Heels for the rebound. Clean look there by Withers, just didn't go.
Good shot. Lubin rolling down the middle of the lane. They helped on him. Withers ended up wide open.
Cadeau knocks away a pass on the perimeter, but Reed able to chase it down for Wake. Hildreth now weaving in. Picks up his dribble, holding it high, needs help, kicks out. 10 on the shot clock right now for Wake. Heels up 8. Salas, who just hit a tough bucket. Now on the left side of the lane. He's going to try a step-back challenge three. No good. Great box out by Drake Powell to get the rebound for Carolina. Cadeau, dangerous pass ahead, but R.J. Davis able to bring it in to a trailing Lubin. Now to Powell, and Carolina will set up to Davis. Good job by Wake catching him as he pushes over to Cadeau. A three-pointer on the way. No good. Lubin with the offensive rebound. Lubin going to go against Reed, spinning in, turns, and
felt like that one was a foul, but Lubin went up strong. Reed felt like hit him on the hand, but good defense. He didn't.
The Tar Heel bench erupted for the lack of a foul, and then there's a whistle on the other side as Salas converts and draws the foul. Carolina furious with the whistles here in the last couple of sequences, as Salas will have a chance for the three-point play and to make it a 5-0 Wake spurt.
Yeah, it's tough. That was a good offensive possession. Lubin chased the rebound down, really got to his spot. You felt like Reed just kind of reached in, and then defensively you got to be a little better. You can't let Salas get downhill so easily.
Free throw missed, though, by Salas off the back iron, so it's 42-36. Lubin got the rebound, but now Lubin, Powell, Davis, and Cadeau all have 2 fouls for Carolina. R.J. Davis deep on the left wing. Guarded tightly by Hildreth on the perimeter. Weaves back out, gets it to Cadeau, right back to Davis. Staring down Hildreth. Shot clock under 10. Davis loops it to Cadeau. Cadeau's going to drive and is called the travel for the 10th turnover of the game on Carolina. So, Carolina led by 10. But has gone dry, has not scored in more than 2 minutes, Wake has cut its deficit down to 6, 42-36 the score, 15:35 to play from Learfield.
This is Coke Zero Sugar. Could I be the best Coke ever? Try and taste with your ears. Hear those bubbles? Imagine them tingling on your tongue. Fizzy deliciousness. Listen to that cascading liquid. A mouth-watering waterfall. Irresistibly tasty. Zero sugar. Crisp, refreshing, and ice cold. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
This is Jones Angel, voice of the Tar Heels. And as a parent, I know nothing is more important than the safety of our children. More than 22% of teen-involved crashes per year in North Carolina are the result of distracted driving. Help protect our teenage drivers by ensuring they practice safe driving habits and avoid distracted driving. Always encourage your teens to put down the phone while driving and lead by example. Let's have a hands-free NC. Brought to you by Trusted Choice Independent Insurance Agents of North Carolina. Learn more at trustedchoice.com/Go Heels.
Playing basketball at the highest level requires excellent physical conditioning, and keeping your home in shape requires regular physical attention too. As a proud partner of Carolina Athletics and the #1 real estate company in the Carolinas, Allen Tate recommends a home physical. Will help determine your home's value, share the latest market data, and recommend improvements to maximize your most important investment. Whether you plan to sell or stay, take a tip from Allen Tate and defend your home court with a home physical. Visit homephysical.com today.
Coverage of the ACC Tournament is presented by Honda Dealers of the Carolinas. If you're a Tar Heel fan, don't just cheer for the best, drive the best. Drive a Honda. Better hurry, they're going fast. See your Honda dealer of the Carolinas today.
Tar Heels trailed by 11 early in this game, led by 10 a moment or two ago, but now have not scored in more than 2 minutes. Wake has been able to get 2 field goals in that time, and the Deacs will have the ball when action resumes. All adds up to 42-36. Carolina, 15:35 to go on the North Carolina Farm Bureau scoreboard. Brought to you by Farm Bureau Insurance. Helping you is what they do best. Also brought to you in part by Allen Tate Realtors, a proud partner of Carolina Athletics and the #1 real estate company in the Carolinas. Call Allen Tate today for all your real estate needs. So, fouls have been a big story in this game. Carolina now has 4 players with 2. Cadeau, Davis, Powell, and Lubin. Wake has both Reed and Hildreth with 2 fouls, though there have only been 3 total fouls called in this half. 2 on Carolina and 1 on Wake Forest. Tar Heels had so many turnover issues early, had 8 turnovers in the first 12 minutes. Have had just 2 since, but just turned it over a moment ago. Cadeau shuffling his feet on a drive to give it to Wake. Carolina will have Davis Trimble, Jackson Powell, and Washington as the 5 on the floor as Wake brings it in. Salas, who has not sat down today, played every minute for Wake. He came in, or through the regular season, played the most minutes per game on average in the league. He goes right into the stomach of Washington, just knocks him off his pins, scores, then gets the ball, spikes it in Washington's feet, and has something to say to him. R.J. Davis, quick three, the other side, swishes it home. That one rainbowed up and through.
Sweet justice for Salas. Salas didn't get back on defense because he's too busy doing his antics on the other end, and because of that, Wake's trying to catch up. R.J. Davis ends up with a wide-open 3.
Davis now up to 16, 45-38. Spillers trying to back in against the smaller Powell. Hook shot is an air ball into the hands of Trimble. Tar Heels trying to run. 3-on-2, underhands it to Jackson and has it devoured from behind and out of bounds by Spillers.
It's one of those you kind of wish Trimble coming down the middle of the lane would attack the rim hard. He threw it to Jackson pretty early there, but I feel like Trimble could just take off and try to get a finger roll at the rim himself.
45-38. Inbounds Washington, gives it right back.
And he slid.
To R.J. Davis, and then an offensive foul called on Washington for the moving screen. His second. That is another turnover as well. The 11th on Carolina.
Yeah, Jalen Washington threw it into him, trying to hand it back to him. He kind of put his hip out just enough to be able to hit him, and just got to be cleaner on that. Really, whether you hit him or not, it's a good screen and a good play.
45-38, 14:47 to play. Carolina up 7. Heels led by 2, 33-31 after coming from an 11-point deficit early in the game. They had that 2-point advantage at halftime. Trimble pounding Salas out in the center jump circle. Hildreth to Reed, right back to Hildreth. Going to drive hard. Tough fall away on the right baseline is good. Tough shot there by Hildreth.
Yeah, you can live with that. Hildreth driving from the top of the key with the right hand. Ends up about 6-8 feet, shooting a fadeaway over a hand. Live with that shot.
45-40. Carolina's lead is 5. R.J. Davis slowly dribbling front side. Kicks it over to Ian Jackson on the left sideline. Jab, step, and drive. Spins in the paint. Has to kick it out to Trimble. Hand off to Powell. Heels will reset with 13 on the shot clock. R.J. Davis gets it back. Shot clock now under 10. R.J. crosses over. Step back. Really tough three is off the back iron. No good. As the rebound, Reed and Hildreth fight each other for it. It is Wake's. Tough shot there by Davis. His first miss from 3 as Hildreth almost loses the dribble going the other way. Wake has it up or down 5, 45-40. Salas trying to drive against Jackson left of the lane. Sneaks behind a screen and backing up, back towards the timeline. Shot clock now under 10 for the Deeks. To Reed, lob to Spillers for the dunk.
Good play there. Powell helped up on Reed's roll. As soon as he did, Spiller went to the rim, threw it up to him for an easy dunk.
So Carolina led by 10. Wake is back within 3, hitting 4 of its last 5 shots. Trimble, left elbow, crossover, turnaround at the ACC logo. Back iron, no. Carolina's gone dry as Wake gets the rebound. 13:07 to go.
Trimble just decided to go one-on-one there. Tried to shoot a little fadeaway. Tough shot.
Heels just 1 of their last 7. Reed on the perimeter. Hands off to Juke Harris. Now to Hildreth on the left sideline. Hildreth slowly getting left of the lane. Spins, baseline, can't finish. Gets his own rebound, though, and puts it in.
Hildreth just able to spin off his defender, get to the rim, basically airmailed it across the rim, caught his own rebound, which I think is supposed to be a travel anyway, and then put it back in.
6-0 run for Wake. They've made 5 of their last 7. Carolina hadn't scored in 2.5 minutes. Heels up 1, 45-44. Jalen Washington, top of the key, looking for some help. He's still just holding the ball. Finally gets it out to R.J. Davis. R.J. drives by Hildreth. Jump stop in the paint. Kicks it to Jackson. Tough 3 on the sideline. In and out. Washington slaps the rebound, but to Wake.
Good slap out by Washington. Good offense. Jackson got a good look at it. One of those he's made a bunch of times.
Carolina up 1, but Wake has fought back from down 10. Reed back to the basket, high post. Washington poking at it. Finds a cutting Hildreth. Fall away in the paint. Gives Wake the lead.
Good slip out there. Hildreth trying to set a back screen. As soon as he saw his man step up to help on it, he went straight down the middle of the lane and shot a fadeaway as soon as he caught it.
This is an 8-0 and 14-3 run for Wake. Washington drives and kicks to Powell. Extra pass. Ends up Reed. And it will be Wake's lead. Free throws for the Heels when we come back. 11:37 to play from Learfield.
Hey, Tar Heel fans, it's game day, and Harris Teeter knows your party is just as important as the game. With mouth-watering wings, delicious dips, pre-ordered party platters to please any crowd, and not to mention the best pizzas, ribs, and ready-to-grill pub burgers in town. Only Harris Teeter can deliver delicious as you huddle up with family and friends to celebrate. Set a reminder to order ahead if you need party platters, and make Harris Teeter your pre-game stop before the next game. Harris Teeter, where Tar Heel fans shop for their delicious game day.
This is the Tar Heel Sports Network from Learfield.
Together, that's how we stay in the game, ready to play. As one great team, UNC Health is keeping you well by bringing renewed focus, approach, and dedicated services close to you. Exceptional care is what you and your family deserve. Together, let's put points on the board for life well played. Team up with UNC Health, proud partner of Carolina Athletics.
It's bow time. Ordering Bojangles Bow Bites is the easiest choice you'll make today. The bite-sized hand-breaded chicken is fried to crispy perfection, making it perfect for sharing, snacking, or when you're on the go. Just don't call it a nugget. The only hard part is choosing from our 6 dipping sauces. We've got a sauce for every kind of craving, from our creamy house-made ranch to our sweet and spicy peach honey pepper sauce. It all depends on what kind of mood you're in. Head to your nearest Bojangles today and discover the dippable, shareable, and craveable Bow Bites. It's bow time.
Tar Tar Heels on the wrong side of a 14-3 run over the last 5:43 by Wake Forest, including the last 8 points of the game for the Deacons. They have erased a 10-point Tar Heel lead. Carolina led this 42-32, but now it is 46-45 Wake Forest. Trimble will be at the line for 2 shots when action resumes. The unexpected happens every day. When it does, head to Kohl's and Kohls.com for everything your family needs. Kohl's, where families come first. And R.J. Davis is 4 of 6 from the field. Ellie Cadeau is 4 of 6. Jalen Washington is 1 of 1. Jalen Withers, 1 of 6. Lubin, 2 of 8. Jackson, 1 of 6. Powell, 1 of 4. Trimble, 1 of 4. Those 5 players are combined 6 of 28 from the field. Carolina's going to need somebody to help R.J. Davis, and Cadeau has been good, 4 of 6 for 8 points, but just 1 assist and 2 turnovers for him. Somebody else got to step up and help R.J. here over the final 11:37.
Yeah, and Davis, they're doing everything they can to get out of his hands. As soon as they set a pick and roll, Reed's trapping him. They're trying to make somebody else beat him, and Davis has done a phenomenal job of finding ways to score himself, but we're going to have somebody step up and score. Lubin has been that person recently. He's struggling a little bit against Reed with his size and length. I think he's out right now, so it'll be interesting if he can be a little more effective in these minutes.
Tar Heels have not scored in 3 minutes and 38 seconds. They are 1 of their last 8, including missing their last 4 shots. Again, Trimble will be at the free throw line. Davis, Trimble, Powell, Withers, and Lubin, the 5 on the floor.
And I think Withers coming back in is a big help, too. We're getting a little more size. Powell at the 4, struggled a little bit. He helped up on the lob down there on the other end, and hopefully Withers can be a little more consistent and help us fight Spillers inside.
These are first free throws of the second half for the Tar Heels as Trimble makes the first to tie the game. Carolina now 10 of 12 as a team.
And Trimble can be effective, I think, getting inside and challenging Reed at the rim. He's athletic enough to get above Reed's length, whereas Cadeau and some of his other guys are too small, and Reed's effective against them.
Reed is out right now for Wake as Trimble makes both free throws. 47-46. Salas. Powell will wait for him as he crosses the timeline. Trimble guarding Hildreth, who now has it deep on the right sideline. Good job by Trimble moving his feet to keep in front of Hildreth. Hildreth pivots, spins, and has his shot blocked by Trimble, who then gets the loose ball. Great D there, Trimble. This time going to head to the rim. He is knocked down on the shot and no whistle.
Yeah, he went right at Hildreth and fell down backwards. I'm not sure how you don't call a foul.
Now Salas falls down and is able to get it over to Hildreth. And Salas favoring his left ankle a bit as he gets the ball back against Trimble. 47-46. Carolina. Salas gets to the low left block in heavy traffic there. Blocked by Lubin and a call by Ron Groover. Foul on Lubin, his 3rd. Carolina is hopping mad on these fouls. The 4th on Carolina, including 3 on Lubin this half.
I'm not going to argue that was definitely a foul on this end, but I don't know how Trimble going full force downhill and then going the opposite direction is not a foul. It's obviously a block or a charge. Call it either way. You can't go with a no call on that.
So this will be 2 shots for Salas with 10:50 to go. He ties the game. Salas now up to 18. He is the game's leading scorer. R.J. Davis has 16 for Carolina. Spillers, the only other player for either team in double figures with 10. Drake Powell's going to sit down. Cadeau comes back in. Salas gives Wake the lead. It's Cadeau, Davis, Trimble, Withers, and Lubin.
Got to find some offense here.
Cadeau. Over to Lubin, right back to Cadeau on the perimeter. Loops a pass to Trimble. Hard drive left of the lane. This time earns the whistle on the shot.
It might have been a makeup call because he drew some contact there, but not as much as a possession before. But really good job by Trimble. As soon as he caught the ball, he attacked the gap there, going with his left hand off the left wing, and got downhill as far as he could. 2nd
foul on Juke Harris. 3rd on Wake Forest. And Trimble will have 2 free throws. Yesterday, after Carolina's big men, Lubin and Withers were both so good. Lubin 17 points, 10 rebounds. Withers 21 and 9. Tar Heel guards have had to score 28 of the last 32 points. And Trimble continues that with the free throw to tie the game at 48. Lubin today just 5 points on 2 of 8 shooting. He does have 11 rebounds, which ties his season high. And Withers 3 points on 1 of 6 shooting.
And Lubin's rebounds have been some difficult rebounds, too, saving possessions where Wake probably would have had an easy putback.
Seth makes the free throw, and it's 49-48. Carolina by 1. 10:34 to go. It's been an intense first 9.5 minutes of this second half. Carolina briefly led by 10. Wake answered immediately to get the lead back. Currently, a Tar Heel 1-point advantage. Salas almost traveled on the drive, kicks it out to Ballou. Down low, the pass tipped away by Lubin, but Ballou chases it down to keep the possession for Wake. Foul off the ball is going to be on Wake Forest as somebody knocked down Cadeau.
Salas did.
So the foul on Salas is his second. See, that happened. I was not looking off the ball. All of a sudden, Cadeau got wiped out.
Yeah, so Salas was trying to get to the ball. Cadeau jumped up to try to deny him from getting the ball, and as soon as he did, he ran over Cadeau. Cadeau sold the foul, but he did push him some, too.
So Salas now with 2. He and Hildreth and Juke Harris with 2. Reed with 3 for Carolina. Cadeau, Davis, Powell, Washington all have 2. Lubin has 3. 49-48. Feels like a bucket here would just feel big for Carolina. Cadeau lobs it down low to Lubin. Double team comes. Lubin tries to muscle it through it. Misses the hook shot. Carolina again thought there was a foul.
Yeah, trying to get through a double team there. Wake slapping at the ball. You got to find a way to go up stronger than that.
Salas turns it over, trying to get it down low to Ballou. Carolina on the run. Cadeau flips it to Withers, and Lubin rips away a loose ball. The ball still knocking around loose. Withers ends up with it. Finally, the whistle blows. There could have been multiple calls on that play. The physicality of this game is through the roof, as there were several times in that sequence where the Tar Heels had the ball knocked free. First, Salas hit it out of Withers' hand. Lubin had it clubbed from behind. Ball was on the deck. Eventually, Withers has it again and is fouled. What a physical stretch here as Withers going to the stripe for 2 shots.
I will say that is the first time I felt like it was a little bit out of control. You know, Lubin got clubbed. Lubin clubbed somebody. We went back and forth probably 3 or 4 different times there. You got to call something earlier than that. Somebody's going to end up getting hurt if you don't get control of this game.
Fouls on Spillers his second, but Withers misses the first free throw. So it remains 49-48, 9:37 to go. Withers, a 70% free throw shooter, does hit the second. 50-48. Carolina by 2.
Got to defend physically here.
Heels have missed their last 7 shots and just 1 of their last 11. Trimble guarding tightly on the perimeter. Juke Harris has it. He's tied up by Cadeau, but a foul is called on Cadeau. So no tie-up. Instead, it's a foul, his third, and it'll be free throws now for Juke Harris.
And the reason I say that about the refs feeling out of control, you got to look for a moment like that. The refs are going to start calling it tight for a couple of minutes here. You got to know it's coming. You're going to get called for a couple ticky-tack ones there like Cadeau just did.
Juke Harris just 58.5% of the line, but 6 of his last 7, and he coolly hits that one to make it 50-49 with 9:21 to go.
Got to continue to find offense. It's physical, it's hard, but we got to find a way to score.
Yeah, it's been hard to come by. Second free throw, no good. Rebound slapped up in the air, but run down by Trimble. Been hard. Points been hard to come by for sure. 50-49 Carolina. 9:10 to go. Between the circles, Cadeau gets a screen from Lubin. Over to Withers. Drives left baseline into traffic and is knocked down. No whistle there, and the bucket didn't go.
I feel like Reed can't get a foul called on him. He came across and hit him hard, but apparently they said he stayed vertical.
Harris over to Salas between the circles now. Back to Harris, back to Salas. Heels by 1. Salas to the freshman Harris. Shot clock is down to 7. Ballou in the right corner against Cadeau. Shot clock's down to 2. Ballou forces up a tough 3. Backboard first, no good. Withers with the rebound. Tar Heels don't have the numbers. R.J. Davis going to push it anyway.
How's that not a foul? He got pushed from behind.
And then the ball is out of bounds off Carolina. The Tar Heels thought, A, it was a foul, and B, the ball went off Ballou's leg out of bounds. But they don't get either call there. And it is.
My problem with Davis there is that's a foul that Salas has got 3 times this half already. And they don't call it as Davis is going to the basket and he gets hit from behind.
Boy, the emotions of this game with the officials are affecting things for sure, as now Cadeau and Hildreth are both going to be called for a foul. As off the ball, they got tangled up. Both Steve Forbes and Hubert Davis are coming to sandwich Bill Covington Jr., who's going to the scores table. Neither team happy with that. As Hildreth going to be called for his 3rd, it'll be the 4th on Cadeau. And Ron Groover now is coming in.
I don't want to speak ill of the referees, but I'm going to. They've created this situation. You're not going to call fouls. You lose control of the game. You don't get control after guys hit the ball 3 times and you're close to somebody punching somebody, and then you allow this to happen. You've created this situation. It's your own fault. You got to fix it now.
8:11 to go. 50-49. They are going to review this, and now they're going to call this, I think, the 8-minute timeout. So they're going to go ahead and take the under 8, even though there's 8:11 to go. They will take a look at the monitor, brought to you by the Honda dealers of the Carolinas. 50-49, Carolina, in a game that the officials have let slip through their hands here, as Carolina does not have a field goal in more than 7 minutes. Wake doesn't have one in nearly 4 minutes. Carolina by 1, 8:11 to play from Learfield.
If you're a Tar Heel fan, you know what a winning lineup looks like. Tough, dependable, and versatile. So if you're looking for a new car, check out Honda's impressive award-winning roster to find your MVP. Civic, Accord, CR-V, HR-V, Passport, Odyssey, Ridgeline, and Pilot. Rugged capability, intelligent all-wheel drive systems, and traction modes. Find your Honda at your Honda dealers of the Carolinas today.
On game day, there's nothing like tailgating, touchdowns, and Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Twisted Tea goes down smooth and tastes like real iced tea because it's made with real brewed tea. Cool, refreshing, and a 5% kick of alcohol. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Look for the bright yellow cans wherever you buy beer. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
Jersey Mike's subs are great to enjoy in all kinds of places.
So you can have a Club Supreme at home?
Of course.
Or a BLT at the beach?
Absolutely.
Or you can have a Chipotle cheesesteak when you're supposed to be taking the bar exam after 3 grueling years of law school, but instead you just want to chill and eat your cheesesteak on a boat.
I think your mother would like it if you took the bar.
Nah, I think I want to be a lawyer for fish now. Fish lawyer.
I don't think that's a thing.
Oh, man.
Freshly sliced and freshly grilled subs for any time, anywhere. It's a Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
Coverage of the ACC Tournament is presented by Honda Dealers of the Carolinas. If you're a Tar Heel fan, don't just cheer for the best, drive the best. Drive a Honda. Better hurry, they're going fast. See your Honda dealer of the Carolinas today.
50-49, Carolina, 8:11 to play. We are not courtside, so unclear if anything has been added to this double foul that they called on Cadeau, his 4th, and Hildreth his 3rd. We can tell you basketball camps are back. Young men who will be in 6th or 7th grade during the 25-26 school year can apply for a scholarship through their local electric cooperative and attend the UNC basketball school this June. Apply online at ncelectriccooperatives.com/sportscamps. North Carolina's electric cooperatives, building a brighter future for people and communities across the Tar Heel state. Carolina, again, no field goals in more than 7 minutes. The Heels are just 5 of 18 this half. That's just under 28%, and just 15 of 46, a little below 33% for the game. Waiting to see if there's been an announcement by Ron Groover, now talking to Hubert Davis, to see if anything has been added to this call. Now Mr. Groover is going to go to the microphone if Hubert Davis will stop talking, Chadwick. I don't think anything's been added.
I don't think so either.
After review, play is confirmed. Double common foul. 3 Cadeau, 6 of Wake Forest.
They certainly knew Cadeau's name and number, didn't they?
Yeah.
As that will just mean an inbound for Wake. But that's 4 fouls on Cadeau, so he's had to sit down. He'll have Davis, Trimble, Powell, Withers, and Lubin. Third foul on Hildreth. He becomes the second Deke with 3. Reed also with 3 personal fouls.
It's an ugly game, but you just got to find a way to grind it out.
Now, this has been an ugly game. I think Wake Forest much happier with this style of game than Carolina necessarily. Ballou with 7 on the shot clock to Salas. Shot clock down to 3. Salas going to have to force up a long jumper. No good. Rebound and a whistle.
And now we're going to start getting these fouls that may or may not be happening.
That's on Trimble, his first, and 7th on Carolina. So 1-1 for Wake. Deeks have been called for 5, so they would still need 2 more before the Heels are in the bonus. Juke Harris, who just went 1 of 2 a moment ago, will have a 1-1. 7:52 to play. 50-49, Carolina by 1 in what resembles a football game more than a basketball game.
Really does. If I'm Carolina right now, you got to be thinking you got to attack the rim. You got to know all this just happened, so you want to make sure you try to get downhill, try to get in the paint. If they come down and collapse, make sure you kick it out for a good shot.
Harris makes them both, so Wake back on top, 51-50. Tar Heels looking for their first field goal in 7.5 minutes. Hubert Davis is furious, and he wants the officials to take a look. He feels like Carolina got intentionally tripped off the ball.
He actually did. He stuck his foot out as Withers was trying to run by. I didn't see it live.
Hubert Davis, he immediately saw it and yelled, he just tripped him. And Eric Lewis blows the whistle, so they're going to look again at the monitor. Brought to you by the Honda dealers of the Carolinas. And
previous action.
I didn't see whether it was on purpose or not. He definitely tripped him.
All right, Withers definitely stumbled through the paint, and Hubert Davis immediately thought there was an intentional trip. We are trying to get a look at a review here. We're definitely not going to see it in arena. We'll take a look.
Oh yeah, he did easily.
Juke Harris just kicked his left leg up and tripped Withers as he tried to go past him. And we'll see if that is deemed something by the officials on the replay. I think.
What would it be deemed? Flagrant?
This could be a flagrant 1. They deem it a non-basketball action.
Which will be 2 free throws on our ball, right?
Correct.
Yep. Which will be big in a game this close, be able to get 2 free throws. But still, you can't get caught up in all the extra antics that are going on.
It's hard not to right now. I mean, this game's been taken over by it. 51-50 Wake Forest with 7:42 to go.
We can.
Yeah.
The players can't.
Withers trying to just go by Juke Harris off ball. And Carolina, and I have to say, looking at the replay, it did appear that Harris lifted that left foot and tripped Withers. But the officials now going to huddle up and talk about it. Ron Groover, Bill Covington Jr., and Eric Lewis.
They're having a long discussion about it, so there's a possibility they do something more. They're going to go talk to the 4th official now.
They're continuing. The officials want to take another look at the replay, I think. Carolina led by 2 at halftime. Wake led 14-3 early. Carolina fought back to lead by 2 at halftime, led by as many as 10 here in the second half, and then Wake goes on a big run to be up by 1, and then the two teams have been jockeying back and forth since then. 51-50 Wake, 7:42 to go. Here's Ron Groover on the mic again.
After review, number 2 will be charged a flagrant 1 for tripping. 24, Carolina will have 2 shots. Be Carolina's ball.
So Juke Harris does pick up that flagrant, and that's his 3rd, 6th on Wake. So Withers, 1 of 2 at the line, is going to go for 2 shots, and then Carolina will get the ball as well. So Withers will be alone at the free throw line. 7:42 to go as this game has grinded to a halt. Withers hits the first free throw to tie it at 51.
Yeah, it really has. There's no momentum going anymore. And like you said, I think Wake likes this style of game. Not that they're trying to get this on purpose, but as Withers makes both free throws, they like a grinded-out, slow game, whereas Carolina likes to be able to play free and easy.
52-51 after Withers makes both. And Carolina will be inbounding. Powell to Lubin. Davis, Trimble, Powell, Withers, and Lubin. Just got to make sure you don't play with any silly emotion here. Really, both teams. As R.J. Davis drives, passes in the right corner to Trimble. He's going to fire up a three. Missed everything. Rebound is caught on the baseline by Salas. I don't know if he was out of bounds. He wiped out Eric Lewis. Who's got the ball?
It's going to stay here.
Eric Lewis saying that Salas was out of bounds with the ball on the rebound. Now, that never touched the rim, so there's only 2 seconds on the shot clock for Carolina.
But did he have possession, which would give us
that's a
30
great
possession,
yeah,
30 seconds.
That's a good point.
And I think that's the conversation.
And they are going to give Carolina 20. Yeah, so you get a fresh 20.
Back in my day, we got 30.
Well, it's because it's a backcourt turnover is why it's gone to 20. As Trimble into Lubin. And Lubin felt as now Carolina's bench has been called for a technical foul as Lubin had his arm pulled down on the shot. Carolina's bench erupted, and now a technical foul called on the bench.
I mean, Carolina did jump up and do it, but I don't see how that's not a foul. I mean, Lubin, I don't think he touched the ball as he was trying to go up. Tough call, but again, like you said, you can't get caught up in any of the silly emotions. You got to play ball.
So now Salas is going to get 2 shots with 7:19 to go. Makes the first to tie it at 52. It was on the Tar Heel bench, not specifically on Hubert Davis. Salas makes both free throws. So now Wake's going to get 2 shots in the ball, so they've now taken the lead. Carolina, meanwhile, is 1 of its last 14 and 0 of its last 10. Now, a lot of these, Carolina feels like it's been getting fouled around the rim that have not been called, of course, as that has become the dominant storyline of this game. But it's now 53-52 Wake. Salas, pocket pass to Reed. Finds a wide open Hildreth in the corner. And no good. Didn't get the bounce. Powell with the rebound.
Couple bounces there. Really good play by Wake to be able to get a hammer screen run into the corner, which is basically just a screen to get a wide open shot.
Powell on the right sideline. Back up to R.J. Davis. Clock under 7. Davis hounded by Salas on the perimeter. Salas claps in his face. Davis gets by him and draws the foul.
Ooh, and maybe he had an ankle sprain here, but Davis doing a great job of getting past Salas there, driving right hand down the seam. This is what you worry about in a physical game like this, somebody getting hurt.
Yeah, R.J. Davis still crouched over. And now he is on his feet, but bent over.
And they're going to wipe the floor to give R.J. a couple more minutes here to recover.
The foul was on Juke Harris, his 4th. 7th on Wake. This will be 2 shots. R.J. Davis going to retie his left shoe. Seth Trimble's going to, in solidarity, retie his left shoe right next to him.
That's teamwork right there, staying together, you know.
Cooper Flagg rolled his left ankle in the game beforehand. He got wheeled back in a wheelchair in the back. R.J. Davis is going to step up and hit some free throws here, hopefully for the Heels, after he turned his. These are big ones, too, with now Wake leading 53-52. Carolina has no field goals in 8.5 minutes.
It's a long time to not score, but doing a good job trying to get to the free throw line, just try to make do in the meantime.
You heard the first free throw for R.J. Davis go in to tie the game. Davis now hopping as he backs off the line to try and work out his ankle.
Just got to continue to defend. If we can defend, we're going to get out of this game okay. Offensively, obviously not scoring very well, so you got to find a way to slow down Salas and Wake Forest's offense.
54-53 Carolina after Davis makes both. Can either of these teams string together a couple of possessions with points? Salas drives in, hangs, and scores. Tough finish in the lane for Salas.
They're coming down the right side, just one dribble to the right, and then brought it up and stepped across the middle with a little Euro step, shot it with the right hand across the front of the rim.
That was the first field goal in more than 5 minutes for Wake Forest. 55-54. R.J. Davis not on both ankles, misses the shot.
They're going to call push on
Allen Lubin is called for an over the back. That is his 4th foul all this half, and it's going to result in free throws for Wake, as that is the 8th on Carolina. R.J. Davis not playing on full strength now, elevated in the mid-range, could not make it. Carolina is 0 of its last 11, 1 of its last 15. The Heels do not have a field goal in 9 minutes and 3 seconds. That's the 15-14 mark of the second half. The last time Carolina made a field goal. It's going to be Efton Reed at the line for a 1-and-1. Carolina has subbed. It's going to be Davis, Jackson, Powell, Withers, and Washington. 5 on the floor, but Carolina down 1 and in a horrible offensive drought.
Yeah, and I think offensively we don't really know where to go, who to go to. RJ's obviously hurt right now, not playing quite at full speed, so hopefully Ian Jackson, somebody can step up and find a way, or Withers can hit a couple threes. You know, I played really, really well yesterday.
Reed hit the first free throw to get the second. It's 56-54. Wake by 2.
A lot of time left here, 6 minutes. A lot of time.
Second one off the iron. Washington collects the rebound. So Tar Heels down 2. Boy, a huge 6:05 to go. Can Carolina find its offensive legs here? It's been a great stretch offensively for the Heels this season, but they have gone absolutely dry here in Charlotte. R.J. Davis to Ian Jackson. Back to R.J. Davis. 10 on the shot clock. He's in the center jump circle. Carolina got to get going. Davis bounce pass to Powell on the left sideline. The freshman elevates at the elbow. No good. Rebound run down in the corner by Wake. Carolina 1 of its last 16 from the field.
Great defense by Wake, not giving up anything. Double team Davis, and then Powell was forced into a tough mid-range.
Powell slapping at Salas. Ball now to Hildreth. In the post to Reed against Jalen Washington. Double team comes. Reed dribbles out of it, gets it to Hildreth, now to Salas. Shot clock down to 5. Salas, crossover, loses his footing, kicks it out to Reed. The big man misses a 3 off the back iron. Rebound, tipped around. It's going to carry him all the way to the timeline and wait. It remains 56-54.
Spiller's doing a good job inside, again, being physical and fighting in there.
Wake on the perimeter, shot clock down to 9. R.J. Davis trying to work around a screen to guard Hildreth, who goes into the paint, misses the shot. Spiller's another offensive rebound. Ends up to a fall-away 3 at the shot clock horn, which was missed by Hildreth. Boy, it is now is the time for Carolina. Tar Heels need a bucket. Left corner, Withers. He'll try a 3. Got
there
it!
It is.
Withers with the enormous 3. 57-56.
Yeah, Davis came off a Washington screen, didn't have anything, hit Jackson, and then Withers straight to the corner and just knocked it down overhand.
Tar Heels back up 1. Crowd comes to its feet here in Charlotte. The freshman Juke Harris kicks out to Spillers. He'll try the triple. No good. Rebound Washington. He'll give it to R.J. Davis. Tar Heels trying to put together some points. Davis kicks it to Withers. Another corner 3. In and out. It would not stay in. Spun around the iron and squirted out.
Great offense, though. Davis got down the middle of the lane. Double team came, and we kicked it out to Withers for a really good look.
57-56, Carolina, under 4 to go. 3:47 to play. Hildreth dribbling in the center jump circle against R.J. Davis. To Salas with 10 on the shot clock. Powell checking him. To Spillers. He'll hand off to the freshman Juke Harris. Long 3. Misses badly. And a rebound foul is going to be called on Jalen Washington as he was boxing out Efton Reed to allow Withers to get the rebound. And that's 3 on Washington, 9 on Carolina, and a 1-and-1 coming for Wake when we come back. 3:32 to play. It has been an absolute battle here in Charlotte between Carolina and Wake Forest. 3:32 to play. Heels up 1 from Learfield.
Oh, what a great camping trip for the Williams family. It was epic, Zach. And this week's MVP was their 2024 Ford Bronco SUV, Matt. Absolutely. It hauled everything and everyone to this great spot by the lake. And get them back in time for the big game. Yeah, let's go! Let's go. With the Ford Bronco or Bronco Sport SUV on your team, it's game on. For the latest offers, go to buyfordnow.com or see your Carolina Ford dealer today.
This is Carolina basketball from Learfield.
CPI Security is a proud sponsor of Carolina Athletics and is the leading smart home security provider in the Southeast. Protecting what's important, CPI can secure your home or business from break-ins, fires, carbon monoxide alarms, and more. With professional installation, you won't have to lift a finger, plus you can count on CPI's local monitoring center to get you the help you need when you need it. Get the protection your family deserves today with CPI Security. Just visit cpisecurity.com for more information.
You are the co-pilot. You go by many names, and Marathon knows how important you are to your team. You are the carpool driver, the assistant coach, keeper of the shoulder pads, the knee pads, and the helmets. The back of your car looks like a sporting goods store. You are the top dog at the tailgate. The ride there, the ride home, and in between, you are the biggest fan. This season and every season, Marathon is proud to fuel you and your team because we're driven together.
It has been an ugly game and an ugly second half. Physicality of this game has taken over. The officials feel like at times have really lost control of the action. There's been a technical foul on Carolina's bench. There's been a double foul called. There's been a flagrant foul on Wake Forest as it's 57-56 Carolina with 3:32 to go. The two teams this half are combined 14 of 45 from the field. 3 of 18 from 3, but 18 of 23 at the free throw line. That's where Wake will be with Efton Reed at the stripe. Timeouts. Carolina has 3. Wake Forest has 2. Possession arrow belongs to the Deacs. Carolina has been called for 10 fouls because of the technical foul. That bumps their total to 10. Wake Forest has been called for 8 so far in the second half. So, Z, Carolina up 1, trying to find a way.
Yeah, I think that's the best way to say it. You know, I don't know the answer right now, but Reed's got 2 free throws here. Assuming he makes them, you'll be down. You got to find a way to score. But more than that, to me, I think just get stops. If you can just get stops in the last 3.5 minutes here, you can make it difficult on them. You're going to find a way to score on the other end. It's difficult. You're getting fouled. You're getting pushed. You're getting shoved. You just got to accept it's happening, deal with it for tonight. But more than that, on the other end, if you get stops, you slow them down, you let them go on a little 8-0 run, it may be the game here. So you got to make sure you focus on that defensive end.
Cadeau has returned after being on the bench for a while with 4 fouls. 3:32 to go. Efton Reed at the line. He went 1 of 2 a moment ago. And he makes the first.
And Cadeau's been good today. He's been good defensively. Had a couple turnovers, but overall he's been good. He's dominated the game from a standpoint of trying to run things in the right way.
Cadeau, Davis, Powell, Withers, Lubin, the 5 on the floor. Reed's second free throw. No good. Tie game at 57. Withers got the rebound for Carolina. The Tar Heels have made just 1 of their last 14 shots. It was a Withers corner 3. Cadeau out to R.J. Davis. Thought about the 3 and said he's going to drive. Give it to Lubin, and a whistle blows as Lubin tried to elevate for the shot. That's on Juke Harris, and he is fouled out. He earned that one.
He did. Lubin caught it, tried to go up. He bobbled it a little bit and then tried to go up. As he went up, he got hit on the arm. But really good drive by R.J. Davis. Set a back screen, popped out. As soon as he caught it, gave a little head fake, able to get by Hildreth and get to the rim. When Reed came over, he dumped it to Lubin, and then Lubin tried to go up.
So that is the second time Juke Harris has fouled out this year. Lubin will have 2 shots with 3:14 to go. And the game at 57 apiece. Fewest points Carolina scored in a game this year, 63. That was at NC State on January 11th.
Carolina's battling here. You know, it's a grinded-out game, and we're doing a good job of just trying to stay focused and locked in. Can't let the other antics get in the way.
First free throw rattles out. Lubin made his first today, but has now missed 2 in a row since then. Carolina, as a team, 18 of 22. Wake is 15 of 20.
Need this one.
And they get it, as Lubin does swish the second. 58-57. Carolina by 1. Back and forth they go here in Charlotte.
Need a good defensive possession here.
Salas on the right sideline. Hesitation. Gets to the rim. Blocked by Lubin. Rotated over and blocked it away. Carolina on the run. Cadeau stops on the left wing and will set up.
Unbelievable block by Lubin. Came all the way from the top of the key there. Realized Salas had an easy layup and came back and blocked it and got the ball.
Withers. Over to R.J. Davis. Clean look, right sideline. Give it to him. The triple for R.J. Davis.
Ran a very similar play to last time. He set a back screen, and then he got a pin down right off of it. Able to pop out to the three-point line wide open.
R.J. Davis with the big shot. Wake Forest with the timeout. 2:36 to go. 61-57. R.J. Davis now 5 of 9 from the field. 5 of 6 from 3. 6 of 6 at the free throw line for 21 points. And by far the leading Tar Heel scorer. In fact, nobody else is in double figures. Withers and Trimble have 9. Cadeau with 8. For Wake, it's Salas having 23. Spiller's the only other player in double figures with 10. So big sequence there. Lubin, who's just 2 of 10 from the field. And remember, he came in shooting nearly 70% for the season. But Lubin makes 1 of 2 free throws, then blocks a shot. And then R.J. Davis with the 3. Lubin is up to 12 rebounds. That is a season high for him. His career high is 13. The season high previously for Lubin came at Virginia Tech a couple games ago. Career high was in the 2022-23 season for Lubin when he played for Notre Dame. He had 13 rebounds in a game against St. Bonaventure. 61-57 Carolina. So Wake takes the timeout. Deeks will have 1 remaining. Heels have 3 left. Arrow belongs to the Deacons. Both teams now in the double bonus. Carolina has been called for 10, Wake Forest for 9 here in the second half.
This is a point game. Coach Williams used to always tell us you got to get a stop, you got to score, you get a stop, and you're able to not put the game away, but you get to the free throws, and then you got to make free throws to finish it up. So we got to make sure we come out, try to get a stop here, make it difficult on them, and try to keep this 4-point lead.
Heels come out pretty well. R.J. Davis, Seth Trimble, Drake Powell, Jalen Withers, Vinal Lubin. Not pretty small. Heels pretty small in total, as we know.
Davis and Trimble came out first, so they were small to start, and then they got a lot bigger.
Here we go. Hildreth will inbound on the sideline for Wake in the front court. Gets it into Salas. Freshman Powell guarding him. Salas backs to the center jump circle. Lobs a pass to Efton Reed, still outside the arc. Hands off to Hildreth. Gets a screen from Spillers. He's going to try and lob it to him, and no good. Rebound knocked out of bounds by Carolina. The lob by Hildreth almost went in, as the lob almost became the shot as both teams met at the ball around the rim. And then knocked out of bounds to Wake.
Then Spillers almost tipped it in, and Lubin hit it out of bounds, thankfully.
Inbounds goes in the corner right. And Hildreth stepped out of bounds. Trimble was right there on him. Carolina will bring in Cadeau, take out Trimble as they're doing a little offense-defense subbing.
Big play there. You know, obviously it's a little lucky, but doing a good job, Trimble, getting in Hildreth, and as soon as he did, he took that step back, which made him step out of bounds.
Wake is going to counter, take out Fredrickson, who had checked in briefly, and bring in Ballou for the defensive effort. 2:19 to go. Carolina 61, Wake Forest 57. The winner will see Duke tomorrow in the semifinals. Blue Devils came back to beat Georgia Tech 78-70. Carolina doesn't need to be in a hurry. 4-point lead. Cadeau deep on the right sideline. Lobs it to Lubin for the two-handed finish. The flush gives the Heels the 6-point lead.
Yeah, great play. R.J. Davis went back door. Powell came off the screen. As soon as R.J. went back door, he set a back screen for Lubin, who was able to get to the rim and dunk it.
Salas attacks on the other side and hits a floater quickly as he got free from Powell. We're down to 147 with the Heels up 63-59.
Good play by Salas there, just attacking off the pick and roll. Took his time, got across the middle of the lane with the right hand.
R.J. Davis has it, left wing. He'll hand off on the sideline to Powell. Now to Cadeau, middle of the floor. Shot clock down to 13. Cadeau kicks into the corner. Withers, a 3 on the way. No good. Lubin gets the rebound and hammers it home.
Yeah, Lubin just set the pick and roll. They were worried about R.J. popping, so Lubin able to roll to the rim. As soon as Withers shot it, easy dunk for him.
Carolina takes a timeout after Lubin gets the emphatic flush to make it 65-59. 1:27 to play. So Vin Allen Lubin here in the final few minutes. 1 of 2 at the free throw line in a tie game. Blocked a shot at the rim, and he's gotten a lob dunk on a great delivery by Cadeau, and then the big offensive rebound and putback. 1:27 to go. Carolina takes the timeout, leading 65-59.
And Lubin just sticking with it. He's had a frustrating night. He's been fouled. He's had this arm hit. He's got no calls that he thinks he should get, which I agree with, and been able to stick with it and make huge plays here at the end.
So Lubin into double figures with that dunk for the 8th consecutive game and the 9th time in the last 11 contests. Wake Forest will be inbounding on its defensive baseline. 65-59. 2 timeouts for the Heels, 1 for Wake. Arrow belongs to the Deeks, both teams in the double bonus. R.J. Davis with 21, Lubin with now 10 and 13 rebounds. So that putback by Lubin both tied his career high in rebounds and gave him his 3rd double-double this season, all coming in the last 4 games.
Had some big plays at big moments here, too. I feel like with a minute and a half left, if you can get a stop here, be up 6, you can run some clock, you feel really good about where you are, but it all starts with a stop here.
Got to get a stop. Davis, Trimble, Powell, Withers, Lubin. So Trimble in, Cadeau out for the defensive sequence. Winner gets Duke tomorrow.
Got Drake, Powell, and Salas here.
Salas picks up the ball after letting it roll a bit. High screen gets Salas to the left wing. Hesitation dribble. Picks it up, goes to Reed. Reed dribbles through the top of the key over to Hildreth. Trimble trying to guard him. Hildreth penetrates into the paint. Has a shot blocked out of bounds. Last touch, Hildreth. It'll belong to Carolina. Lubin. Carolina challenged the shot, and then Hildreth kind of flung it forward out of bounds.
Yeah, Lubin, once again, I don't know if he actually blocked it there or not, but he was there challenging it hard as can be. And, Hildreth just basically threw it out of bounds thinking he was fouled.
Wake going to pick up with some pressure. 1:13 to go. Heels do bring Cadeau back in. I think Ron Gruber. What is Ron Gruber? Oh, they want to wipe up some wet spots. 1:13 to play. So Carolina has Cadeau, Davis, Trimble, Withers, and Lubin as the 5 on the floor. Wake is picking up full court pressure. Spillers guarding the inbounder. That is Trimble. He cannot run the baseline. Bounces it into Cadeau, though. Salas poking at the ball as Cadeau works it front side. Cadeau still in the backcourt, just now crossing the timeline. Cadeau with 1 minute to go. Heels up 65-59. Salas now giving Cadeau some space as he'll burn clock. Shot clock down to 10 for Cadeau. Well out on the left. Calls for a high screen. Gets it from Withers. Cadeau drives to the right elbow. Shot clock down to 3. Cadeau steps through to the rim. Missed the layup. Boy, he got a good shot but couldn't finish. Spillers the other way. Kicks it to Hildreth. His 3 gets wedgied between the rim and the backboard. That means it goes to the arrow, which belongs to Wake with 36.6 to go. But Cadeau got all the way to the cup and just couldn't get it to go.
Yeah, it was a tough finish. He tried to do a little hop through, just missed it, but still up 6 with 36 seconds, so put 38. But we're getting Powell back in the game to be able to guard Salas here.
So 38.2, they do adjust the clock. 65-59. Wake will have 20 on the shot clock. Arrow flips to Carolina. Salas inbound is tipped and stolen by Powell. Powell tipped the inbound and took it away.
Huge play.
Ahead to Trimble, and he's fouled by Fredrickson.
Huge play by Powell. We've seen him do that a couple times this year. But he just long arms, really athletic, and they tried to throw it over the top of him. He went up, tipped it just enough to be able to catch it.
Still 31.8 to go. Trimble will be at the line for 2 shots. That is the 10th foul on Wake Forest.
If you can make your free throws, then you just got to guard the three-point line, take away any easy opportunities, and try to make them run as much clock as possible.
Trimble to the strike. Again, 31.8 here in Charlotte. First one is short. First miss of the day for Trimble. He had been 7 of 7.
We're good.
31.8 to play. Big one here to try to make it more than a 2-possession game. 65-59 Carolina. Second one. That's right in there for Trimble.
try to make them take a little bit of time here.
Inbounds goes to Salas, coming front side on the right. Salas back to the basket against Powell. Salas going to try a step back, tough three, no good. Withers snatches the rebound. I don't think Wake Forest is going to foul. R.J. Davis has the ball. Wake just now realizing that they were running out of time. They foul Wake, or Wake fouls Davis in the backcourt with 16.9 to go.
That was, I don't know what they're doing there. That ran off about almost 10 seconds off the clock, but great defense. Really tough shot by Salas over two guys, and then Withers able to get the rebound, and then I don't know what Wake, I guess Wake was ready to be done, but Coach Forbes is yelling at him to get the foul.
Wake one of its last 11 now from the field. R.J. Davis to the stripe. First one, good. Boy, that three that R.J. Davis made to take it from a 1-point game to a 3-point game. Mix in a couple of huge finishes by Lubin. Some great defense down the stretch as Davis hits them both.
Yeah, I think
68-59 with 16.9 to go.
Defense down the stretch. Wake really struggled to score on our defense here.
Salas drive. Heels don't want to foul. Salas flings it up, no good. R.J. Davis with the rebound. Steve Forbes says, do not foul. And in an event that sometimes doesn't look like the ACC tournament you remember, boy, this one felt like it. Carolina outlasts and outfights Wake Forest 68-59. The Heels will advance to the semifinal round where they'll take on a familiar opponent, the Blue Devils. Wake Forest will have to await its postseason fate at 21-11. So Carolina improves to 22-12 on the season. Wake falls to 21-11. Before we take this timeout, let's break 10 seconds. We're just up to 5 o'clock. We're going to break 10 seconds down the lines for Station ID on the Tar Heels Sports Network.